Peace YouTube. Peace YouTube, this is Laroon coming to you today with a new topic of discussion. I know I've been off in the mix a little bit, just getting acclimated to the matrix again. Check on in. I wanted to get in this conversation and discussion. And yes, I have my rainbow glasses on this time. I actually have glasses on. I know I haven't worn metal in so long, but we need to get in this conversation about banned abortions. Hopefully I can see your comments. I don't see any comments in here. Did I take the comments off? Sometimes I do the weirdest things. There we go. Now I can see the comments. Hey Lynn, how you doing, mama? Hey Nakia. Peace, family. Peace to the east, the west, the north, and the south. Check on in. Hey, Sensei. Yes, hey, Fem. I see all cipher. I got the admins. All cipher are the admins. Go figure. Check on in. So we're going to get in the conversation about banned abortions. This is probably a very sensitive... Hey, Narda. And I got Patreon in the house. Check on in. So... I know you guys haven't seen me with lipstick and sunglasses, but I'm off my nano fast. I feel good, you know. Sometimes you'll see me a little saucy, okay? Memphis is in the house. Okay, so let's get into conversation. I want to kick it off because, you know, you guys always tell me I'm always off topic. Sometimes I'm not on site, but I want to have this conversation. So we're going to talk about banned abortions. Right now, legislation is making it so that most states, I think Mississippi's one. Thank you, Amina. I think Mississippi's one. There's a couple other states that are banning abortions, while Germany... Is it Germany or Ireland? Ireland just made it free to get abortions, and the United States of America is decided to take control of the woman's womb. Okay, so we're gonna find out, and I have my opinion on why I personally think that they have decided to do this, and I know personally, from my own intel, it has to do with the hybriding, the human hybriding that they're doing, and that many people are going to start to get, if you don't notice right now, many people are pregnant, and including myself. I was pregnant before, many of you know. So, you know, you're going to see quite a few women that are actually, more women that normally you would not see pregnant, starting to breed right now. There is an incentive, and it is and this is my opinion. I personally think that the reason why they have banned abortions is because of the human hybriding. I've told you about the futuristic people who are grays, who turned into grays. We get in this conversation, you know, there are futuristic beings that end up after the quote-unquote pole shifter apocalypse. They live in the underneath the terrain. They're living underground, and because they lost a lot of their genetic dexterity, meaning their genomes are not any longer strong. They haven't any strength in their DNA, because if you live underground and you're lacking sunshine and you're having a very limited choice of mating material with a wider span of genomes, then what happens is that you break down the dexterity of your gene pool. And what happens eventually is that with leaking and radiation that's probably going to go in the inner earth, all these beings that have these underground bunkers, you know, all the billionaires and millionaires who created these mega cities under the ground, you know, they're going to turn into the grays. Those are the future grays that are coming back to harvest organs. So I know I'm already getting saucy, right? I didn't even start the video. I'm sorry. You know, I get passionate because it pisses me off. These bastards decide, because too many women have decided to opt out of creating children, and a lot of irresponsible low-field males who aren't even worthy of having children because their genomes are so depreciated from doing so much drugs and lean and sleeping and having anal sex and eating, you know, corpses, you know, because most people are corpsetarians. Okay, and I'll get into that in another video, because I can't eat meat, family. You know, for those who said I was going to try to eat meat, that's another video. I won't get into corpsetarianism right now. But For those future people who will end up turning into the futuristic grays that are radiated people who lost their genetic dexterity, they come back from the future and they are coming back to harvest organs, especially melanin dominant males. Stop putting your names and donating your organs on your license, people. Mothers, be careful of your little boys and little girls, because especially melanin dominant girls and women, girls from the ages of 15 to 25, males, brown males between the ages of brown males, the ages between, I think it's 17 and 29. I think those are the ages. And you don't have to believe me. You can just look into the archives. Melanin dominant organs are being sold on the black market and they're worth more than gold. That is a fact. I couldn't even make it up. Okay, so they've been harvesting organs. These grays are utilizing DNA. Now, we got the hybrid program, and many of you saw the thumbnail that I placed on the actual video of a male who has a tail. Okay, so we have also the banning of abortions, because family, you know, Flipburn's been talking to you for years. I told you we aren't all humans. Don't hate anyone because they're hybrids. They have human hybrids here. That particular man is actually hybrid with a pig, with a boar. Okay, so that's why you have a lot of these religions, especially Islam, that's against eating pigs, or other religions that are against eating fat, what is it, pork, or what is it called, sow? Is it called sow? I think it's called sow, right? Is that the English word, sow? Okay, I think so. The reason why is because pigs in themselves are humans, are mixed with a lot of the humans, especially in the Midwest. Big up to the Midwest. No shade. No shade. There's a lot of people here who are hybrid for pigs. Now, pigs are sweet and they're smart. And this is where I'll say, because you know I'm an animal lover. And one thing I say, the hybrid programs, especially the male on this thumbnail that I put here, he's hybrid with pigs and boars. They've been doing this for years. There are people who are born with tails. There was a young lady who hated my platform. She was mad. She actually sent pictures of her tail that she was born with. There's nothing wrong if you're born with a tail, because a lot of you are hybrids anyway. A lot of us are hybrids. I mean, human hybrids, hybrid with other type of beings, sometimes interterrestrials, extraterrestrials, and sometimes just animals. Okay, so that's why some people have these voracious appetites for eating meat, the corpsetarians. I'm really mad at meat right now, so if I seem a little hostile talking about eating flesh, it's because it got me so sick. I'm totally, unless you're gonna eat flesh raw, which is the only, I think corpsetarianism is sick. Like I won't do it again. Anyway, I don't want to make a video on that. So you have beings here who require eating a lot of flesh, especially very raw, because they aren't of the same species. Abortion is being pushed because many people are going to give birth to other genomes. Listen, they are messing with your womb, sea stars, our womb, sea stars. When you go to your DNA, when you go to your gynecologist, some of you are being imprinted with other types of species in your wombs. Some of you who are having problems getting pregnant naturally are actually opting in, and unfortunately, and I'm sorry, maybe not even to your knowledge, you are being actually experimented on, and they're actually adding extra genomes to your child. So they're making it so that now when you go and get your wonderful, especially when we're pregnant, we get our scans. We get our scans on our tummy, we see the beautiful baby. Some of you are going to see very interesting children, and because these bastards have made it, they won't let you extradite that poor child onto this planet. You're going to have to bring in hybrids. I told you that the reptilians here, we are all mixed with reptilian, and I found a way for somebody. Big up to the reptilians on here. Big up to y'all. Yeah, I told you got to get a UVB light. Is it UVB? I told you have to get UVB lights because what you consider to be your dry skin and scales, it's because you are hybrid with reptilians. You actually need a certain kind of ultraviolet light. Just like, when you get reptiles, you have your reptile aquarium, your little Some of you have snakes and so on. You need that special light. Some of you need that special light because you're not getting the proper light for your reptilian DNA. You have to get that to make sure your skin doesn't start scaling out, and then you can't shapeshift because now you just look like what you are. I'm just saying, big up to all my reptiles on this. Big up to the nega, the snakes. Big up to the interterrestrial, reptile, because we have a terrestrial type of reptiles. They're actually more passive. They're actually really sweet. It's the more aggressive one. Big up to the crocodilians. The draconians. The draconians are no, listen, if you got a lot of draconian in you, listen, Cypher, big up to Cypher and the crew. There's some interesting beings showing up on the surface of this planet, and I'm grateful because I was all about Star Trek. As long as I know who you are, I've been seeing y'all for years. Many hybrids are on here. Big up to all the hybrids on here. We all know each other. Big up to y'all. I'm okay with you as long as you stay in your lane and I stay in mine. I just want to know what and who you are. Some of you, it's not your fault that you've been hybrid, and I'm saying, mothers, be careful when you're going in and opting it for UV. When they're in vitro, they're putting other DNA inside of you. They're utilizing you as a human hybrid, and they're experimenting on our wombs. They don't want you to have abortions because you wouldn't want to give birth to certain things that you didn't personally choose. Listen, if you want to breed with hostile reptilians, I have a thing for hostile reptilians. I don't, it's just, maybe it's because it's in my DNA. So I have a thing. Big ups to the reptiles that I like to mate with. I do. I've owned it. That was a shadow. I don't really hide that anymore. I have a thing for aggressive type of, I'm not a fan of crocodilians, but I'm a fan of some of these more aggressive alpha type reptiles on this planet. Okay, now that's enough about me. But all I'm saying is that you have to be careful of who you're breeding with. And also, be careful of who's going in your womb. All these pap smears they're doing while you're pregnant. The doctor says, oh, open your legs. He puts you on a stirrup, and you think, oh, he's just checking the baby. He wants to see if the baby's. No, he's not checking to see where the baby is. He's putting a little extra spice in your womb. Because hybriding, sometimes adding DNA is not that difficult. And let's keep it real, family. They're hybriding us not just through when you actually know that you're pregnant, through the very DNA of the foods, the genetically modified foods, the foods that you're eating. All of it. Listen, I fasted for 30 days. Big up to all the fasters. Some of you are still doing your fast, and some of you ending. I never realized how much crap is in even the healthy food. Okay, I'm back. Let me calm down before I send out the Smiths. The Smiths will find out we're on this live, and they'll be like, oh, Flurboon's back to talking about hybrids again. Gotta freeze that feed. So listen, many of the foods that you're consuming, I know I'm really fired up this morning because it pisses me off that they're forcing women to have children and hybrids that they don't even know that they're bringing on this earth. And there's other forms of microcloning that we'll get into a minute, but I'm talking about hybriding. First of all, the foods that you're consuming, the 30-day fast taught me so much about myself. I don't need any more protection because I'm safe. But the foods aren't safe. I started to consume food again. I'm staying away from some of these foods because they have genetic material that is not vegetable. You think that your avocado is an avocado. It's not an avocado. It's mixed with crocodilian. It's mixed with insectilian DNA. They're hybriding your foods. That's why a lot of us are not feeling good, because we're not even human anymore. Because the very foods that you're consuming are DNA altered. So when you're eating it, it is now changing your biosphere. It's actually changing your molecular structure. So every time you eat those beautiful strawberries and they taste so freaking good, you're probably eating some form of DNA from one of these species, and it's perpetually changing who and what you are. There are sickos here. There are these mad scientists who are playing with our very human DNA. I don't want to scare you. This is just to inform you. Listen, you can only change what you acknowledge. That's why I say grow your own strawberries, grow your own blueberries, grow your own food. Do as much as you can to try to bypass some of the bastardization of the food. I love eating. Listen, like I said, I realize I'm not a fleshitarian or a corpsetarian. I can't do the flesh. I tried it, family. I felt like I was dying. I said I would try flesh. It's corpses. There's no life in corpses. I remember our ancestors used to eat freshly killed deer or buffalo, or what else, quail, depending on where you come from, or fresh boar. You're not eating those foods anymore. You're eating genetically modified meat, or the flesh is so dead. It's been dead for like 2 to 3 weeks or months, that by the time you consume it, you're just eating death. I wouldn't tell you if I didn't experience it. I realized that I'm a fruitarian, and maybe I'll do some pescatarian if I can fish myself. If I can't fish, I'm not going to do it. But I'm truly a fruitarian. Fruits are alive. They have a lot of energy. I felt better. I had to drink water again. I had to take myself off. It's interesting. Anyway, let's go back into the homogenizing of food. So now your food is changing you, hybriding you. Now they're forcing you to have babies with DNA that you don't even know is foreign inside of you. They're taking control of the woman's womb right now, family. Women, we shouldn't be okay with it. Now, listen, I'm pro-life, and I'm pro all life. I'm pro animal life. I'm pro plant life. I'm pro alien life. I'm pro all life. I've always been that way. I don't agree with you taking the choice that you had to murder your own children because you made poor choices and you didn't realize it until you got knocked up. I disagree with you, women. I think that's very poor judgment. I think you will pay for that karmically, but it is your choice. It is your choice. Let you deal with the consequences on your own. You should never give the right to any patriarchal system that does not even respect our wombs. They have now taken it upon themselves to force you women to now when Papa Duck is now all inside of your yoni space and he's releasing the kraken inside of you. Now, women, you are going to have to be the ones to be responsible because he's the one who gets to run away. Men walk away all the time, leaving women pregnant, not caring how a woman feels when she goes and has to do an abortion, not because she wants to, because she doesn't feel like she has. I think I'm back. Okay. There you go. Okay, I'll say this again. Women, listen, we are in our divine state of being. The more higher in consciousness, the more self-aware you are, you won't need to try to keep yourself from getting pregnant. You will get pregnant at a time that you're supposed to, that you desire, and that's best for you and proper mating. We're going to get into that discussion. I'm going to have a whole series on proper mating, gestation, and also only getting pregnant when you desire. Okay, but for all good intention purposes, we have to talk about the diabolical bastards called the United Snakes of America that is now hijacked the woman's womb. They've hijacked the womb now. So now they're telling you that even though you're eating DNA, human, you're basically, some of you are actually cannibals. So when you go to McDonald's or Kentucky Fried Chicken, and then you have altered meat, and then you vegans, you're not safe either because Microsoft and Amazon have taken over all artificial meat. So all your meat replications, all these, what you consider to be non-flesh eating new vegan meats, those are going to have altered DNA inside of them as well. So you think that you're safe. You aren't safe either, my wonderful green friends. They are hijacking you to hybrid you, force you to give birth to children that will be non-harmonic with the planet, okay? And they are forcing people, especially the majority of people who get abortions in this country are brown women. Brown women are the Planned Parenthood was created for genocide. If you don't know that, you can look it up for research. The libraries I used to go to, they're banned, and you wouldn't know about them because they move around every 2 weeks. Bigots of the Rizing. They actually have libraries that move around every 2 weeks because they don't want you to know the truth. Most people who get abortions are melanated people, melanated women. Why is this important? Because now they're going to force you to give birth to those melanated children, and those melanated children are going to be purposefully created for future. So now you have futuristic grays that have an agenda with your governmental systems, because these are the Nazis from the future. Remember, these were the same beings that were helping the Nazis during the 1930s and 40s, okay? So they're back because they need your organs, because they don't have any DNA dexterity. They need you. You know, like Uncle Sam needs you, they need you. So now too many of you are killing your babies. They don't have enough organs for their futuristic underground colonies that they created right now. All these underground cities with people who lost their humanity, and they look basically like little infantile grays. They need your DNA. And too many of you are getting rid of these, and there's too many gay brown males. So now brown people, which it was intended for genocidal reasons, aren't giving birth like they used to. So now they don't have enough organs to harvest. And then some of the brown people are drinking too much on the yak. So, you know, they're trying to clean you up with veganism, but they can't do it quick enough because a lot of you have chosen to opt out of giving birth, or some males are not even sleeping with females. So there's no breeding anymore brown people in that arena with gay males who've chosen to opt out to mating with females, brown females. And now, and they don't want the children that are mixed because they want that concentrated melanin. So they need melanated people to have sex, to replicate people, little children that will grow up for organ harvesting. I hate to keep it real. Now, that's one aspect. We talk about that. We talk about the hybrids that they're forcing many of you to give birth to. Now, let's talk about the microcloning, okay? They're microcloning, and they're inserting these aspects of, they have artificial wombs that are not doing as well. So what they're doing is they're microcloning, and a lot of you, when you go and get your wonderful pap smear, or, you know, the doctor's checking on, you know, Sammy in your womb, they are adding a little extra spice to your life. Okay, so they're doing microcloning, and what happens a lot of times, most people used to think microcloning was very, very specific, and you can only do it intra-womb with a very harmonic situation. But now they're doing is they're adding a little bit extra, and the actual cells are actually able to attach to the fetus, the already developing fetus, the zygote, and actually attach to it and actually alter it and conjoin with the child and add its own DNA sequence to it. That's microcloning. Okay, so now they're adding microcloning. You know why? Has not been perfected to a point where they do well. Clones have a hard time, and they're not very healthy. But microcloning allows for a lot of your genomes to be able to take over most of the vessel, but the added addition to whatever agenda-based DNA they want to add to your wonderful little baby, they add it to your little Timothy and Jenny. And then when they add it to the baby, that baby will be capped at a certain consciousness. Well, maybe, I don't know, like a super soldier, could perhaps be like an open vessel, you know, take away the consciousness or the soul. So maybe it eats up the soul. I don't know, you know, I can't tell you specifically because I don't know. This is something I don't know for sure. I know they're doing it, but I don't know for certain. Maybe it takes over the soul or kicks out the original soul in there, and then they have an insert, you know. We've got a lot going on, and it all stimulates from them deciding to force you to take over your personal choices of being able to breed as you would like to. How dare the government? And this is what I say to my wonderful sea stars and sun stars. This is happening because we were being extremely chaotic in our breeding. Listen, if you don't take over your vessel, and if you don't have self-control, and you don't have self-awareness, you will have something take over your avatar. And then eventually, if you don't even know how to even co-pilot even in your own avatar, you will have other beings, people, take over and totally take over your whole vessel. You know, Cypher was adding videos of people, you know, we talk about the glaze over the eyes, a lot of times we talk about the eyes having a little bit of a field over it, and I always can tell, usually from the species, if it's like a red glazed eyes, it's usually draconian or maybe another type of reptile. If it's got the copper glaze, usually the Naga serpent. You know, sometimes you have the bluish or the whitish eyes, that's sometimes insectilian, or a little bit of the grays or zetas. What else is the other one? The yellow ones is a little bit, or the violet ones. The violet ones tend to be a little bit the dragons. You don't see as many dragon hybrids here. I think, you know, I was talking to one of our sunstars. One of our sunstars has that beautiful violet or that lavender on his eyes. And I said, why do you think, you know, what's her name? Elizabeth Taylor, when she played Cleopatra, which she looks nothing like Cleopatra, but you know, we know how Hollywood does. They like to change the form of the people from ancient Kemet. It is what it is. But why she always had violet? People didn't realize why she was mimicking a violet. That's a dragon quality. That's part of the dragon lineage. And many of the Asiatics have that. People from like ancient dynasties had that. You don't see that, as it's not as common to see the beautiful violet on the eyes or the purple, but I know when I see it, I know that's the dragon lineage. It's rare because dragons we're so low genetically, it's really difficult for them to even feel that DNA or even have an overlay of the dragon. Sometimes you do, but that purple and that lavender, that is a detail of that lineage, that beautiful dragon lineage, and they are ancients. That's another kind of reptilian, but they're ancients. They don't even like to mess with us that much. It's not that serious. But what I noticed is that you're seeing a lot of infiltration of people. Now, you know, one of the sea stars was saying, you know, she thought it was mental illness with some of the people showing up. Like one girl was peeing, you know, big up to Cypher. Cypher likes to share beautiful videos. Really interesting ones of different kinds of characters, and we generally see it from the disposition of trying to see what they are. But there was a young lady who, it wasn't a lady, it was a type of entity. She was in a liquor store and she took down her pants and peed. We see this in New York a lot. This isn't, I don't know if anybody lives places like urban places. We see this in New York. If you live in New York, you've seen people do some odd things, peeing on the floor. They do wild things, okay? But she was peeing through her legs, which we kind of knew by the trajectory, probably wasn't a female, it was probably a male, and she looked, you know, wild. And one of the girls was saying that she thought it was mental illness. Listen, mental illness and infiltration is similar, just like STDs, sexually transmitted demons. If someone has very inceptible consciousness, or their DNA is complicated through some form of depreciation of their DNA, or maybe they are suffering from something that's traumatic that causes their mind to be altered, that is a form of infiltration or infestation by demonics or archons or other beings that utilize that vessel that's limited in order to express itself. Okay, so I personally think, whether it's, you know, alcoholism, mental illness, it's all one and the same. That's why I say try to stay away from mind altering drugs or doing things that alter your state of being, allowing for your auric field to be infested easier or infiltrated easier. Because the more that you do things that alter your biosphere, it allots for beings to be able to attach for you a lot easier. Oh, there's trolls on here? Okay, let me give some tools. Okay, let's get some tools. Hold on, y'all. Let's see. Who do we have on here? Tamia, you want a wrench? Tamia, there you go. I'm handing out, hold on, anybody else? Okay, there you go, Tamia. The power of Grayskull is within you. Who else is here? Oh, the trolls are weird. Sydney, you want to come? Sydney, you want to exercise your right to, Sydney, there you go. You can exercise the demonics coming on here. The power of Christ compels you. Remember The Exorcist? Okay, so let me not go off bar here. Listen, family, there was a couple years ago where I think where the first, when I was starting to see these entities show up, and it's all, like I said, it's all good in the hood. Flurboon is past the point where I'm shocked. I get disgusted when the government starts to incept in our own cesspool. We already have a cesspool here. We don't need governmental patriarchal inception. We really don't. We've got a lot going on here. But we must take control of our wombs, women. We do. We have to sit in sister circles. You're going to have to put down your swords and stop fighting your sisters, because there is an all-on war on your womb, and they're trying to take over your vessel. They're trying to get control of your stargates between your legs. How dare they try to take over? Wait, Carla, where are you, Carla? There you go, Carla. Carla, aren't you? Carla, didn't I make you an admin on here, Carla? Hold on. Okay, Carla, there you go. Okay. Yeah, they're trying to take over your wombs and your stargates. You have a beautiful stargate between your legs. Every male wishes he had the ability. I know they say this is a lie. Big up to our masterful males, our sun stars. They envy our wombs. They do. I meet plenty of transsexuals who would die to have your menses and the power to bring a new soul onto this planet via your stargate. They admire you. They envy you. They dress like you. They want to be you. Why don't you see that you are the most admired and most covenanted being? They are sex trafficking us because they are obsessed with our stargate. They're obsessed. They want to be inside of it. They want to know what it's about. They want to feed off the energy. That's why all you have these sex cults and these orgies, all these males who are mimicking you. They want to be you. Don't you see how beautiful and masterful and how amazing you are? You are the original zygote. There's no broken leg on you. You have your X's is sound and clear. Take better care of your stargate. Take control of it. We are going to have to omit this governmental system that has said they're going to make the choices for us. You're going to have to take back the control of your stargate. Stop letting these STD infiltrated, draconian, low-field reptiles, zeta reticulin, gray overlays between your legs. They are trying to take control. Grow your own food, sea stars. We're going to have our sisterhood, the Amazonian society has not happened. We stimulate that based on what we do in this timeline. This timeline, we create the Amazonians that are going to be the futuristic Wonder Womans of this world. Do you understand me? We have to take control, because this governmental system has said to you that you no longer have a choice in who and what you bring on this earth. How dare they think how simple? Are we that simple? Do they think that we're that weak, that they're going to take control of what's between our legs and tell us who and what we'll bring on this planet? They must be confused, because every time I get on this feed, I see more and more enlightened sea stars. Even the ones who don't even like me that much are enlightened. Even the males who rock with us, who don't even mate with us, see our mastery and our beauty and respect us. You're going to have to respect what's between your legs. You're going to have to respect yourself enough to be uninfiltratable by eating foods or not eating foods that will alter your very DNA. Stop mating with these low-field reptilians that are only going to bring more offspring or havoc to this planet. You've seen the diabolical ones. You've seen the kind of offspring coming on this planet. You are going to have to do it. Don't mate. If he isn't for you, or males, if she is something sick, don't give her an offspring, please. Because there's a karmic debt if she decides to go do something. Because now, with the law saying abortions are illegal, now she may do something chaotic out of desperation, and she may want to off the offspring, and she may hurt herself or kill herself. Because basically, they're taking us back to the 50s and 60s when women didn't have a right to make the choice of whether they wanted to bring a child forth or not. So now you're going to have women doing some sad, chaotic type of, savage type of abortions And then the crazies are going, you know, all these bloodthirsty bastard, you know, vampires are going to start charging you like $1,000 to go take you in a closet and stick a hanger in your vortex. Do you want this? Do you want that, sea stars? I don't think so. Take control. Stop mating with these low field males. We will find other alternatives. You need to turn on your genomes like your ancient sisters who were able to control whether they wanted to replicate or not. Stop mating with these diabolical males. Stop eating those nasty genetically modified foods. Okay? Stop putting things on your skin that also alter your DNA and mess with your hormones. Because another thing, some of you are attracted to these males and you don't realize this because they're changing your hormones through your lotions and your shampoos. Your shampoos and your lotions are altering your DNA, sea stars. So it's making you see Timothy, who's really disgusting. He smells like some sort of reptilian. His wand is infiltrated by incubus and succubus. He's got all kinds of things going on. You're only attracted to him because you're putting lotions on you and shampoos on you that make him pheromonically harmonic with you because you're matching a pheromone that's not your own. Start making your own lotions and your shampoos. Or stop putting makeup. And big up to all the naturalistas on here, natural hair people and so on. Listen, millennials, my beautiful young sea stars, because some of you are ancients. You know, a lot of our millennials are ancients. But stop putting all that makeup on you. Stop piling piles of alternate versions of yourself, because also you're bringing in the field of a lack of self-awareness. Because when you're piling on tons of makeup on your face daily doing these, I don't know, I think personally these tutorials, these makeup tutorials are making women look a certain way so they can mate with a certain type of low field male. So stop putting all this pasting stuff on your face. You're beautiful. Just drink a lot of water, eat healthy food, make your own. Listen, even if you have to grow dandelions in your house, eat dandelions every day. You'll look like a flower. You can actually do a wash in your yoni with dandelions, right? Soak your feet in dandelions. Eat them. Just stay away from these low field alternative types of lotions, hair stuff, makeup, all that craziness. We're going to have to be proactive. The government shouldn't have control over your wombs, okay? And I'm talking to you males too. Stop sleeping with women who are not even self-aware. If she has to pile on 20 piles of makeup just to go out of her house, she may be another species. You don't even know what's under there. Some of these sea stars don't even go to sleep with their the way they're afraid to wake up as they are. Stop sleeping with graphic women that they're not even human, and you're attracted to that because you're putting all those colognes on you that are insectilians, have pheromones from insects and reptiles. You're putting what's that axe what's that axe? Don't males wear that axe? What is it called? Axe something? What is that? Is it axe? I think it's axe, right? Axe, I don't know. I think it's called Axe. You guys are putting too much cologne on you, so you're looking at these women on Instagram, and some of you don't have control of your wands because you don't like yourself. If you have the sexiest thing about a male is if he has mastery of his wand. That's the sexiest quality. When a male has mastery of his wand, his magic wand, he is a god. If you don't have mastery, something's going on. You probably have incubus, succubus. Some of you males have to clear. They have to clear. Stop wearing colognes. Stop putting all this low field deodorant, all these deodorants that have metallics in it and metals in it. It will change who you're attracted to, males. So after a while, you're actually, you know how I broke the reptilian code? After you stop using all this Axe cologne and all these colognes and these lotions and these deodorants with metals, I bet you if you look at the Instagram models, you're gonna see trolls, gargoyles. You're going to see women looking like their true form. And then you're going to realize you've been bewitched. There's a lot of witches, a lot of mastery, all that makeup and stuff. That's like witch, that's sorcery. Big up to Dana Nash. I got that term from her. Dana was the one who was like, that's sorcery. That's sorcery. If you can't see her true form, sun stars, this is going to you. Just say no. Say no to the yoni, because that's not a Stargate. That's actually a graveyard. If you stick your wand in there, you may come out with more than just, a happy ejaculation. You may come out with like all kinds of attachments, and you may have succubus stuck to you for generations. And then when you insert your beautiful wand inside of a wonderful sea star that you actually like, you may insert an extra bit of spirit or entity attached to the baby, the futuristic baby, because you weren't mindful of where you stuck your magic wand. Not everything deserves to be wanded. Not every Stargate is a Stargate. Some of it is a black holes that lead to like infinite nothing. Okay, some of I always talk about our males. I'm talking about our males and our females, because there's some bottomless pits of yonis that don't lead to other galaxies. They lead to the underworld, and you are going to bring forth an entity like the Omen or the Exorcist if you keep sticking your wand in these sorceresses. Listen, I looked at B.O.B. Remember, big up to the original B.O.B. B.O.B. is gone. I used to be so, I had a thing for the original. I had a thing for the original non-copied, non-cloned B.O.B. He has a handler. What's her name? Tiff. His handler's name is Tiff. She is a bottom feeder. That man has lost his consciousness. She is some sort of, I don't know if she's some sort of archonic, demonic entity. He has lost himself. He is like hanging out, doing drugs, drinking. He doesn't even have any conscience. Well, I don't think that's the original B.O.B. I still have an affinity for the original B.O.B. That's like, I told you I don't like that B.O.B. 3.1. He's like making posts of like doing all kinds of, that's what I'm talking about. He stuck his magic wand into a graveyard, and now he's got all kinds of entities attached to him. His consciousness is gone. Plus he's hanging out with Satanists and the Baphomet crew. So now he's got, and I knew they were going to do it because he was too conscious and he was sharing too much. When's the last time you heard B.O.B. sharing something masterful? You haven't. You know why? Because they infiltrated him. They sent him a handler, and he stuck his wand into the infinite abyss, not bliss, infinite abyss, and he hasn't been himself since. I tried. Listen. All he needed to. I'm gonna behave myself. I was about to say something, but Sagittarius is we have a way of saying things. I'm not gonna say it, but I'm just saying, come on now. He's gone, and that's what I'm saying. Sun stars, go look at B.O.B. You don't even have his old videos because he deleted all the enlightened videos. He deleted all his consciousness. All we have is a few songs. Now he's Soul Glow. He's making videos that are low field. He isn't talking consciously anymore. He's been taken over. Keep sticking your wand in these empty abyss Instagram. And I hate to blame the Instagram girls but I see sorcery. Listen, there is no healthy woman that has to mask herself every day with 20 million piles of makeup. If she's doing that, it's because she's hiding something about herself. And if she's hiding something, she's cloaking something, there is something that she hasn't dealt with, and that shadow is going to connect to your wand, and then you're going to wonder why you feel like real low fields. You're going to wonder why, as a man, you don't feel virile anymore, because she gave you an STD. She gave you a sexually transmitted demon, and now you don't even recognize who you are, Sunstar. So I'm talking to you too. Stop. Make sure you're eating. And what I will say, listen, I'm not making this video to be diabolical. I'm making it to make you very aware. I know why they are totally making us banning abortions. At first I was like, okay, they're banning abortions because of the whole, they were taking, Planned Parenthood was making $1 million selling your aborted baby fetuses and putting them in vaccinations, and also utilizing it for stem cell research. First I thought it was that, but no, because they can still do that. They still utilize your wombs, because when you give birth and you go in the hospital, they take your sac, you know, they take the placenta and they utilize it anyway. So they don't really need that. They don't really need that DNA. They wanted it and they were doing that. Yes, they were doing that. And that's bypassing it. But no, no, no. They want the full vessel to infiltrate. They don't want just the stem cells from dead babies things, because people don't even want to vaccinate anymore. So the vaccination companies are not making money anymore selling aborted fetuses, because most people that are healthy don't want to vaccinate their children, right? So they can't do that anymore. So now they want the whole baby to be born, whether the baby has a tail, whether the baby has some sort of genetic interesting addition of being mixed with like some spider DNA or something else, or more low field, crocodilians coming on the surface. Maybe they need more numbers on the surface. So now they're like, we're low on, there's too many humans. We got to make some more of our own so we can outnumber them. You don't know what watch V. Watch the series V. Watch the old version of V and then watch the new series of V. They cut off V right before we got to the pinnacle point in V. It's a zoo on this planet. We're coexisting in like a petri dish of like a cesspool of like all kinds of things going on. You're gonna have to be really aware. Listen, watch who you rock with. And I could care less, when people say, well, Flurbo and you're ODing. Do we really think that they would even do? They fluorinate your water. Do they really care about you? They put fluoride in your water. Yesterday, the other day, because I have filters all over my house, I smell bleach straight up in my sink. I was like, where's that bleach smell? It was coming out of the taps. They're fluorin. Now they OD in fluorination because all of y'all waking up. Remember, fluorination allows for it actually it calcifies your pineal gland, but not only that, it makes you more passive. That's why that's what they were utilizing on the Jews, and they do it in jails to pacify the inmates, and they did it to pacify the Jew. It wasn't all Jews in a concentration camp. Believe me, there was a lot of gypsies and other things going on in that concentration camp. But they do it to pacify people. They are giving you a healthy dose of fluoride. They're genetically homogenizing your food. They spray the sky with chemtrails with barium, aluminum, and another cocktail that we don't even know because it changes daily. So if you don't believe Fleur Broom, what I say to you, that they are homogenizing you and they are creating and changing your molecular structure to change who and what you are or what you deem you are in order to make you infiltratable. Now they've taken away the right for us to choose who and what we will bring through our Stargate. So now girls, ladies, sea stars, low field thotteries, because a lot of you thotteries out here just letting guys release the Kraken all inside of your Stargate, making graveyards of yourselves. You're the reason why this is happening, because your irresponsibility about who and what you sleep with, and your irresponsibility about bringing forth a life and gestation that you weren't even banking on, you're making this possible by the government. So I blame part of the thottery crew for this. All you wonderful thotteries that think it's okay to just engage with males sexually because they do it, you think you can do it. It's not a competition, sea stars. Low field males are just low field males. You don't have to mimic what they do to make yourself feel powerful or try to make your ego feel like you're one up on them. All you're doing is hurting yourself. You're born from the divinity of life and the spark of femininity. That in itself is beautiful. That makes you complete. But when you're doing things mimicking a partnership, mimicking a partner that doesn't have any consciousness or isn't part of the higher collective, then you're just as diabolical as he is. And you're the reason why the government has utilized you as an excuse to control our wombs. So every time I see a thottery crew, and you guys are talking about, I just, like a Cardi B, that's part of the, I think thottery. I made that up. You know what I mean. The thottery collective, when she's talking about, what's that song? Wait, I F them, then I get, it's a song. It's I F them, then I get some, what is that song? I F him, then I get some. Oh gosh, I don't even know the song. I feel so. What is, you know what I'm talking about? She's like that, and I get, wait, I F him and I get some something. She's her songs. What is it? Oh, I get the money. Oh, I F him and I get the money. Listen to the mantra. Money is a spell. You don't want money, females. You want abundance. See, if you were really conscious, Cardi B, you wouldn't have to F him. You would have to enlighten him, and then abundance would come. So all you would have to do is muse your beautiful male, and he would be protective of you, and he would bring abundance and add that to your life as you would give him something. See, if you were Cardi B, if you were awake, you would understand that when you do that, and that's your mentality of working with spells, that you too will be infiltrated and infested with that type of low field, attachment. Because money is a spell. Like I told you before, sea stars and sun stars, the wealthiest people I've ever known don't even touch bills. They don't even touch bills. They're so abundant, they don't even have to touch money. The people who have the least amount of abundance are the ones who touch money all the time. They're always touching the spell. That's dead paper. Those are dead presidents. There's dead presidents on it, and those are dead trees. That is a spell with all kinds of sigils and rituals on it. The more that you touch it is the more that you're enchanted, and the more that you are going to have less of abundance. So that's why you see the most challenged financially touch money all the time. Whether it's people in restaurants and so on, they touch it all the time. The wealthiest people never touch it. I know. My phone, it wasn't diabolical. My phone got hot, and I'm going to drive right now, so it's going to be a little warm. But I just wanted to say this. I get so passionate about the things I share. All I'm saying is that disallow for these beings to take control of your wombs. You have a say over what and who you bring onto this planet. You can make a choice previous to even getting pregnant. You can make a choice as who you want to engage with. And again, if in fact they are going to say that they have control of you after you get pregnant, then you take control before you even get to that point. And sun stars, this doesn't take away from your irresponsibility. You're another reason why this is occurring, and what it's going to do also, which I'm grateful for, we're going to start making you guys take birth control. The birth control that they banned, sea stars, you will start to vote, and we are going to make legislations to force you males to start using the same birth controls that just like we had to, and damage ourselves and have all these side effects. You males are going to have to start taking birth control and taking responsibility, because for every time a woman gets pregnant and she has to go through this, we're going to make sure you're responsible as well. I think every time a male gets a female personally impregnated and he doesn't intend to want to keep that baby and he forces her, I think he should be fined. I think he should have to pay right away from when he gets pregnant. I think that will be the incentive for him to control his magic wand and allow for him to take some darn responsibility, instead of just sitting here laying loose the Kraken and impregnating all these women without even wanting or quantifying himself, perhaps being a futuristic father. So I personally hope that just like they're forcing women to have children that maybe they don't intend to have, for every time a man gets a woman impregnated and I would make him, force him to have to be fined. So holding you behind, you're fine. Fine you, man, for impregnating women without any responsibility. I know it's not funny. I love babies. This is the one thing that you guys will know. I love children. I'm driving. Hold on. I'm trying to get to a cooler spot, so I could talk to you a little more. Hold on. Oh, that's the song. I F you and get some money. Listen to the mantras these low field thotteries make. They make songs basically giving you low toning mantras. I didn't even go on live. Hold on. Give me a minute, family. I'm being safe. I just want to get to my location so I can talk to you a little bit more. I'm sorry. Flurbur's always on the move. I'm a true Sagittarius. I don't keep still. I'm always doing some things. sorry if I seem a little judgmental. I know some of you are like, Flurburn, you just seem so judgmental. I'm really not as judgmental as sometimes I appear or I say. I'm really passionate about making the planet into something that's more cohesive and beautiful, and bringing beautiful children onto the planet that are healers, that are nurturers, allowing for people to find good, healthy unions where they're successful, where they're happy. I really just want, I'm okay with hybrids. Darn Skippy, I am a hybrid. I know more hybrids. I know more out of the closet hybrids than most people. I know hybrids. Listen, I know reptilians that don't shapeshift. They look as, listen, I've seen some things that could give you nightmares for weeks, but they're beautiful to me because I love knowing the people, the beings that are here. I think it's beautiful. Like, I'm okay to eventually send my children on starships with different species working together collectively to basically travel beyond our galaxies and go to new places and basically learn learn in new terrain on new terrains. And I think it's beautiful. I'm excited for my children to do that. I'm excited for yours to do that, and I accept that. Hold on a moment here. There we go. Wow. And you know what's so sad? I just look at my hair. I'm sorry. You see, I just said that song by Cardi B. I F you in, I get some money. That's in my head. You see how the mantra works? I don't even like her music, and it just stays, even that song itself stayed in my head. So what I'm saying is this. The cloning process is now being perfected. They're doing microcloning, okay? So when they're incepting into your womb space. I'm here and I don't even know that I'm here. Oh, there we go. Excuse me. I feel so good when I don't eat. Pick up to those fasters. I feel good when I don't eat. If I eat a meal, I feel sick because they've messed up the food. And now I have to go hunting. I'm just going to eat the dates from my backyard. I've decided to just eat what they have. So they're microcloning and they're adding things to the womb. These futuristic grays, which are people who have lost their DNA structure, are coming back and harvesting organs by mostly melanin dominant people. And they are taking over your wombs through the governmental systems. And for anyone else who's left over, they'll infiltrating you through your choice of being alcoholics or doing drugs and alcohol. Like, I had to listen. I told y'all I was going to do the dating experiment. I was going to do the dating experiment online. I know that they're hybriding because I told you I was going to do this whole just live. There are a lot of fish. What is the other one called? It's so sad when I can't remember. Oh, is it Plenty of Fish? I need to do a video on that itself. I feel like I'm harassed. That is sick. Plenty of Fish, and the other one's called Bumble. I've never seen, big up to the people who are, and let me say, Sea Stars, there's a lot of men. If you think there weren't men, there are a lot of men looking for mating. But I understand why they're going to these apps, because I don't want to go into it because I've been violated by wands, people showing me wands. Like, I just, I can't. I'm sorry. All the words were switched. Oh, don't worry, Carla. Don't worry. Okay, let me get off that. I was going to bring in the hybrids that are on the dating sites. Some of you, I've seen straight up reptilians on a site. I got a little nervous. I was like, oh my God. And anyway, that's another infiltration that they're making you mate with. They're purposefully putting some of these low field reptilians and insectilians on those sites, that they're pushing you and propelling you to mate with these non-mateable people. They are. I can't even believe it. I don't. Yeah, I'm just gonna change the subject. 'Cause then it's so anyway. So now that we have the push of the government now pushing. Now I don't know what states they're trying to do. Most states with the abortion laws. Okay, so now I think it's about a couple states now. What is it? 10 states now. I think it's about 10 states now that have passed the abortion law. Now, you know what's so interesting is that this is also a push for some of the religious sects, because if many of you remember, I don't know if they still do it, but I remember when I was younger, a lot of these religious, like aborted fetuses, pictures of them. I don't know if do any of you remember that? Do they still do that? I don't know if Yes, Carlos, I need to open our own dating site. I'm going to make it the Flurburn Love Extravaganza. Because I told you remember on Instagram, I was like, we're just going to have to date each other. You know why? Because I don't think look at this, the POF, I put that thing on my phone. It's crazy. And they stalk you. They do. Yeah, I'm going to have to, because I think we should just date each other. I don't really think I had so much. First of all, for me to even mate, first of all, I like someone. So I like a couple people, but I like people that I know. So I'm personally like that, and I was with Kirk. I love Kirk. Kirk looks like an angel compared to, what's up? Pick up to Captain Kirk. He told me, he said, don't you dare go in there. He was right. Anyway, what was I saying? I was saying, as far as the mating that's going on, I feel like we probably should mate amongst each other. And I was saying this before. I was like, a lot of us meet each other. And, I used to be like, no. If you meet someone who's open and receptive to higher consciousness, if you meet someone who eats well, who has healthy hygiene, who isn't putting tons of chemicals on their skin daily, if you meet someone who rocks with the celestials, who is in contact with the ETs, listen, I don't even care at this point. They could be in contact with the Zetas as long as they cool with you and harmonic with you. I think you should just mate amongst yourselves. To be honest, I will. If I can create, actually, you know what? That Sagittarius, we always have things on our list. If I can actually make that happen amongst us, I might just do that, because I think we should just do our own meet and greets. I might just have, our own dating app for our. Oh, there you go. Yeah, okay, I'm back. Yeah, I like the men I know. I first of all, a lot of the sea stars, I send them to you, especially when I meet a male that is and women that are amazing. Listen, I probably know the most amazing people. I think y'all, you know what, I may do that. You know what, let's put that into, because I know some of the most phenomenal people all over the world, and they're healthy. They're healthier than those, entities. And I personally like to mate within my own mating pool. I do. I love healthy men. He doesn't have to be perfect. Listen, Flurburn is far from perfect, and many of you are not perfect. We don't need perfect people. It's not healthy. To be perfect people. It's not healthy. To be perfectly imperfect is what you're supposed to mate with. Really, you're just supposed to mate with people who are similar in vibration and similar in frequency. That's all we're supposed to mate with. Just harmonic with you. Like if you're mixed with a lot of reptilian, I know a lot of you are mixed with a lot of reptilian. Don't you want to mate with someone who, don't you want to mate with someone who has that same quality, that disposition, like he likes to mate like a Klingon and you're like a Klingon, and I think that's phenomenal. If you're more like insectilian and you just want it more like logically based, like almost like Spock, and you just want a mate that just wants to chill out and watch sci-fi with you on the weekends, and then you guys eat like your veggie snacks together, and then you just want to create more Spock children, I'm okay with that. Like, I think that's where we're supposed to be at. I think we're just mating with too many other species, and that's why we're chaotic. And then you gotta take in consideration you're mating with those other hybrids that have demonic attachments to their field. So sometimes you're mating with, oh, men who do drugs. Wait, what did you say? What'd you say? Warning: beware of men who do drugs and mating with them. You'll think he is wonderful, but it's just dope. Be careful. She said it's dope. Yeah, drugs. Remember, say no to drugs. Just if someone requires to smoke weed in the morning when they get up, and they require to smoke at night when they get up, when they go to sleep, that's a sign of an addiction. And just because it's marijuana doesn't mean he's healthier, okay? Because that's an addiction, and the fact that he requires it or she requires it daily already lets you know that they're struggling with some sort of shadow they haven't resolved. Because drugs in itself, you know, I put that on my Instagram, you know, marijuana is linked to depression, and then alcohol deals with the stuff that you haven't dealt with, okay? People who numb themselves. If someone's numbing themselves from partaking in the zest of life, or they haven't any more zest of life, you have to be concerned. And even one of our sun stars, big up to our sun star, Jose, he was making tea. I said, in my island, they make teas with marijuana. Y'all are changing the molecular structure, smoking chief in it, and you're not supposed to. It changes the whole, it changes the herb. It's not herb anymore. You drink a tea, it calms you down. That's where or you infuse it in something like oil and put it on like MSM, like magnesium. It's phenomenal for you that way. I totally agree. And it's not as addictive because it's not changing the molecular structure, changing it, making it into a drug, okay? You just have to be mindful. So drugs and alcohol, listen, I'm not judging you. I'm not judging you. Drugs and alcohol is a problem because they're taking the alcohol, distilled sugar, which to a lot of people, they're allergic to sugar. And part of the allergic reaction is euphoria. You have a lot of children that are being reared on a lot of sugar, making them into potential alcoholics when they become older, okay? So when you take something that's been distilled, the frequency at its distilling is also a testament, like each wine or spirit has an entity attached to them, a demonic, because it's a spirit. So like Hennessy, you ever know people who drink Hennessy, totally different people, Cavassier, right? Cavassier, they all have a similar reaction. Like they have a similar vibration when they drink it, even if they're different. They could come from a different background, but they all have the same similar frequency. I know people who drink vodka, and they all have a similar frequency when they drink it because there's a specific spirit to each drink. And it's overlaid when they distill it. They're putting a frequency on your liquor. So when you drink it, it has a certain quality. Now, if you're a shaman, or you're one of the people, or one of the, one of our metaphysical or voodoons, or you go to Yorubans or voodoo or Wiccans, they actually utilize it with knowledge and with wisdom. They utilize it as a way to pull in certain ancestors or get intel from the spirit realm. They don't do it chaotically, and they don't do it like without knowing, okay? So they do it with intent, with a specific intent. And then they utilize it, like sometimes you go and see the Yoruba rituals, and you see them like dancing like chickens. They're like taking on the field of the animals or the things that they're utilizing for blood sacrifices. Then they spit out the rum. It's usually rum. They spit out the rum because they're sending, because that's like a offering. Okay, so spirits like it, especially spirits that were connected to the earth realm so closely. They like that because they still have the addiction on the other side. They haven't passed that realm, like they haven't moved on. So they spit it out. So it pilots the environment, that kinetic environment, allowing for spirits to come through. Okay, so you got to take in consideration, if you're not spitting it out and you're taking it in, what's going inside of you? Okay, what are you actually taking in? It's not a judgment. Like I went out on Saturday, with my girlfriend. She's a Taurus. This is the one that I have a Taurus that I was dating that's born in the same day as a Taurus that's one of my closest homegirls. They're both Tauruses. Kirk was the same day as her, and she's the same day. So I hung out with my other Taurus, and they're drinking tequila. Tequila is a drink that tequila has its different forms, but tequila has the same energy. Okay, so tequila. The first time I had a taste of tequila in a long time, and it just made me feel ill. So I just stopped. And my girlfriend was like, you know what? I was like, nah, because it didn't feel good, because my vibration doesn't match the drink. You know what I mean? I can't drink something that I don't match. So I'm not really a drinker like that. So, you know, but they had the spirit on them. And, you know, she knows how I get down. So she understands when I say she had the spirit on her, but that's what she was doing. But she knew that's how I felt. You know, my people, anybody who hangs with me, I don't hold my tongue. They know what life I'm about. But, you know, I'm mindful of the spirits. I know when they're around, and I know what kind of spirits are around depending on the frequency of the person who's drinking, you know? So, yeah, tequila making me instantly sick. Yeah, you don't match the spirit of that drink, okay? The spirit they have to match your vibration, okay? So that's another thing. So the abortion laws, they've gone too far, but this is only going to step up. I actually think now on a higher level, if we go and take this a little more positively, on a higher level, on a more spiritual level, if we take them making a law, perhaps this will be incentive for sea stars and sun stars to make better decisions previously than putting themselves in a scenario where they'll be forced to bring forth life that they didn't intend. I always told you, you shouldn't be sleeping with someone that you don't see as your potential mate. So if you're having sex, listen, any man, and I don't have a lot of lovers. I never really got a chance. I was with, my husband for so long. I never really had a lot of lovers to really speak on. So, you know, I'm limited, which I think is okay. But any person that I chose to mate with, I would always have his children. He would always want my children. That's just facts. Any man that I will mate with would want a child with me, and I want a child with him. You should only mate with people that you would want a child with. That's it. That'll actually narrow down your choices too, because some of you sun stars see some of these girls with big buttocks and big tetas and, you know, a lot of face full of makeup and fake hair and all that stuff, and you think that's a goddess. And meanwhile, if you saw her without her makeup and her hair, and, you know, in the morning when she's freshly cloaked out, you wouldn't want to mate with her, and nor would you want to replicate a offspring with her. Okay, so maybe this is going to be good incentive for some of our males to make better decisions, picking a woman that's more holistic, more conscious about herself, and much more self-aware, and loves herself, loves how she is. If you have, like, Flurburn has, you know, I have like I have my, you know, I have my, like, my interesting eyes. You know, you always say I have my eyes. I took my sunglasses off. Hold on. Like I have my eyes that are a little more dehydrated. What else? I have, like, I'm a little more thick. You know, if someone mates with me, they would want to mate with someone, right? Mate with someone who looks like me. I'm not perfect, right? So I have little dehydrated eyes. Okay, so he knows that if he mates with me, he may have a little girl or a little boy with dehydrated eyes, right? She might be a little thicker because I come from that jungle diaspora. Okay, he's gonna know my teeth are like really tight together. My brother used to say I look like a rabbit. He used to call me beaver teeth. So I have these tight teeth. So any man who mates with me knows, okay, if I mate with Flurburn, I'm gonna make a baby that looks like that. And if I see her mother and father, and I'm okay with that, she looks a certain way, she's silly, she's a little geeky, we might have children that talk about aliens or see, uncloaked aliens. He has to be okay with that. So I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? So be mindful to mate with somebody that you're okay with how they look naturally. It's beautiful. Listen, I see the most stunning sun stars and sea stars, and you sea stars work it. That's why my sea stars don't really get upset when I talk about natural living, because the majority of them are natural. The majority of them like who they are. The majority of them like their little crooked noses, or the dimples in their faces, or their hair being frizzy or really coily and curly. I know some of the most self-loving, self-aware, beautiful sea stars who just rock how they are. I see you. I see you every single time. I see you all on Instagram being who you are. I see you being quirky and unapologetic about who you are. I see you sometimes with your ends, not clipping your ends, and you're okay with it. I think it's beautiful. I think it's beautiful. You don't have to be something that is artificial, because the artificial things are not lasting and it's not real. So if you want to mate with somebody who you see them in their natural form and you're okay with them. I love men. You know, if you saw my Captain Kirk, we look very similar. I love men who have the, you know, the old pirate noses. You know, my Captain Kirk has the most beautiful nose. I was so happy to breed with him. He had the most beautiful nose. He had the most beautiful facial structure. I thought he was handsome. I loved the way his body looked, the way that he had these beautiful long arms, and this he was a little bow-legged and so on. I loved the way he looked. I loved everything. I loved the way he smelled. You know what I mean? So I was okay to replicate with him because I loved his personality. I still do. I think it was beautiful. Mate with those who you would want to have children with. Mate with those. So if you want to have children with a woman and she's lovely and you see her grandmother's so sweet and her mother's feisty, mate with her. And know that if in fact a baby comes from you mating with her, you would be just as happy to bring forth a beautiful life. And actually, if she would gift you with a child, you should be grateful. You know what I mean? You know, some of you males don't take appreciation that there's a lot of females nowadays who don't want your children. They don't want to have children because they've been traumatized, and there's not as many worthy men around. So some of them are opting out of having children because of that. But if you meet a beautiful sea star and she's lovely, and you decide that you want to, you decide that you want to mate with her, be okay with having children with her. So if a baby comes from that union, oh my gosh, it's a gift. Okay, so take the power out of the government's hands. Take the power back. And I'm not talking about women who wear hair. You know, if you wear your hair natural, some women like to wear wigs for whatever reasons. I'm talking about when you take off your wig and you feel happy about yourself. I don't have a problem with women wearing whatever on their head to protect their crowns, because some of us should. But I'm just saying, when you take off your hair at night, you should be okay with your mate seeing your natural hair. You know what I mean? It's nothing wrong with that. I know Jewish women are Orthodoxy Jews, and also my Islamic sisters who cover their hair all day. But when they go home, they take off their hair wraps and they look absolutely amazing. Coiled hair, straight hair, they look amazing. And you would never know all that wonderful natural hair is underneath that, their hair wraps or their hair wigs and so on. It's very beautiful. And the men love seeing their women natural. Some of y'all got to just be, I'm not talking to them, but there's some women who don't like themselves, okay? So they hide their hair. And then when they hide their hair, when they hide their hair all the time, what happens is that also hiding their hair, they have a problem having their mate witness them in a more natural way. It's unnecessary. I love braids. Braids are beautiful because my little girls I'm not the best braider. I do like old-fashioned braids. My little ones like braids. I think braids are natural too. It's very protective as well. So braids are beautiful. You do all these beautiful box braids and all these beautiful types of styles and dreadlock and locks. I don't want to say dreadlocks anymore. I realize that saying dreads is not healthy to say. So more like beautiful locks are beautiful. So, look at Osset. Osset has natural hair. I think Osset had really beautiful coily hair before her natural, remember, I think Osset, big up to Osset, Netaru, okay? Osset had, she started off as a natural hair person online. She had beautiful coily hair, beautiful, and then she made it into locks. I thought it was always amazing, It's important to show your scalp. Yes, Love Kush, Anne-Marie, you know what? Love Kush is very true. To actually have your roots touch the sun. I love locks. I just love you sea stars. And don't get it twisted either, because some of you sea stars be like, are you a lesbian? Listen, I have a healthy love for women. My mother was part of a sisterhood. My mother had fantastic friendships with girls. Because I love you, because I think you're beautiful, because I think you're sexy, I think you're amazing, doesn't mean I want to sleep with females. I get that question a lot, but a lot of our males, maybe that's their fantasy for me and some of our sea stars to get down like that. It's not that. I love our sea stars. I think you're so amazing. I think I see it in yourself, and I don't have a problem telling you how wonderful you are. I think you don't get told that, and I think maybe you don't feel that way about yourself sometimes because it's, we're in the struggle with the war going on out here, against the woman. But I see it, and then I see our sun stars, A lot of you men out here are amazing. You know what I mean? I see y'all trying, and some of the men get attacked. You know, so, some of the men out here are some of our wonderful males that are really conscious. They get attacked and they get abused by the thoterisms. What they call the thoterisms? I make up names. What they call the the thotteries? The thotteries are abusive. Some of these thotteries out here, they will act and placate to themselves like they're really goddesses. They will act like they're friendly and they're really amazing. And they will get some of our wonderful sun stars, unsuspecting sun stars, and they will destroy their egos. Like they're just mean because they're just bitter. They're just mean and bitter. And some of them have attachments to them of like nasty incubus or generational curses where they had damage from being a man in the past life, so they're going to come back and be just as nasty. So you know, I mean, some of our males are getting abused too, so let's be soft. That's why I say, you know, we get some of our wonderful sun stars on this channel, and I could say it because they don't come in my DMs and send pictures of their penises. They don't come at me sideways. They're very respectful and they're so honoring, and they're humble. Those are some of the most men. That's why I said maybe I'll create a dating site, because I know some of you. Yeah, Jarvis is one of them. I know some of the Jose, Carlos, who else? Oz, Michael. You'd see them on here all the time. They are so, listen, and they don't, I'm not saying they don't sit here and let us get away with nonsense either. They check us. I've been checked plenty of times by some of our sun stars when I come cross and I'm saying things that are a little left on males. They check me and I respect it. You know why? Because they're very honoring. They're very respectful, and I know they have love and respect for me. They don't just tell me what I want to hear. They check me when I'm out of order, and I respect it. I love a male who's not afraid of a strong, passionate female. When they can tell us when we're wrong or we're a little off or we're doing things that are a little awry, I love it. And those are the type of males you want to mate with, because they're going to be positive. They're going to really try to, they'll make wonderful fathers. They'll be pillars in the community, and they'll be wonderful village elders when they become a certain age. My husband is a strong Capricorn. I love it. Sag turns me on. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Right? Jarvis is one of them. I mean, we have a lot of these wonderful males on here. So, you know, some of you, if you're looking for proper mates, you know, don't look so much further than our famille, because they're here. Hey, Fleur, what's up? The new melanated prince born in royal family. I saw that, Fidgy girl. That's beautiful. Wait. What'd you say? I didn't even know, Mary, we're expecting. How are these celebrity babies? Well, remember, the prince, they had to start mating with melanated women. And if you notice, even though the princess was very light, he chose a very fair-skinned mixed woman. Her mother she came from a melanated womb. So they have to do that now. It's kind of like, remember, the tides are turning with the energies. You have to, the woman of color who was the least desirable and was most abused, she has to be put in her rightful position and made to be healthier, and she's being sought after because she can deal with the energies, all this you know, radiation, because you need a certain amount of melanin to be able to deal with the radiation. And that's why a lot of people are either vegans, they're eating a lot of chlorophyll, which protects them from the radiation, and a lot of people are mating with other melanated people. It's part of survival too. It's necessary. It's beautiful though. Why did they name him Archie though? Black, I don't know. Did they name him Archie? That's probably like an old name of the family. I don't know. Maybe it's like her grandfather's name. Sometimes they name the babies. You know, ever see like babies with like an old-fashioned name? It's because the grandfather's name was Archie. Maybe somebody who died in the family. It could be something like that. I don't want to set myself back spiritually with a buzz cut. Your hair or your antennas. Celeste, I agree. So, sea stars, let's get on and popping. Our wombs are now a hot commodity. I told you I'm trying to bring the best on this planet. You know, people are like, why are you trying to mate everybody? I love babies. And if I can again, I will get pregnant again and have them, you know, if not, I'm not, but I loved being pregnant. I love bringing beautiful, healthy babies on this planet. I'm such an advocate for you to mate. You know, if ever incentive, I tell you, having children is the most amazing things. Flora, I got the pap smear with the baby with me what do I do now? That's no, don't be scared of getting the pap smear. Just whenever you're going in for a pap smear when you're pregnant or you're about to be pregnant, always say, I disallow any attachments unbeknown to me in this conscious realm or outside of this timeline. Always make your own conscious decisions when you're going in, so you can disallow those to mess with you. Always state that before you go into a pap smear or something. Say, I disallow for any attachments unbeknown to me in this conscious state of mind or unconsciously or in other timelines or time, you know, time spectrums. Say it how you feel, but always do it in proactivity, okay, not negation. When it's negation, you're saying, I don't want, or I disallow is a more purposeful way of saying something, or saying zero. I have zero allowance. Stay away from negation. Negations are not part of the universal language code. They don't exist. So when you say don't, that means you're just saying whatever is after. Okay, just be mindful. My hair grows slow. I'm trying to speed it up. Tasha B, can you reverse damage with great hair conditioning mask? Tasha B, not everybody's hair is supposed to grow really, really long, but if you've been damaged, you know what's great for that? Black castor oil, non-hexane free. The Jamaican version, that's beautiful. If you can get the Jamaican non-hexane castor oil, you could do a mask with that. Always clay your hair to clear out your scalp. You know, I clay my hair. Clay your hair. And, you know, for my indigenous group, we use, she uses, True Seeker says she uses MSM. What's great is I love using sage. Sage is something my ancestors used. So we don't burn sage, we boil it. So I boil my sage on a stove and I let it illuminate in the house. I got to clean my house. It's spring cleaning. I have to do so much. And then I use the rest of the sage after it steeps down on my hair. And it makes your hair grow amazing and long and healthy. It'll restore your Jamaican castor oil. Ooh, Celeste has a good one. Jamaican castor oil. Look at all these nistas. Look at all these fabulous nistas on here. Look at them giving you advice. Castor oil, rosemary is great for growth. Look at this. Look at these beautiful sea stars. This is what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying, sea stars. You deserve to mate with like some masterful males. Because look at y'all. Y'all already know what to do. When you guys have babies, you're going to bring gods back on this planet. This is why I want you to mate with the best. I mean, you know, you don't have to settle. You are the best. Yeah, sage is wonderful. I love sage. Sage is absolutely amazing. I use sage. I clay my hair. Castor oil is wonderful. Also making sure you drink a lot of water, okay? Alkaline water, okay? So water that's 7+ and above is good for, Blaster said rice water, okay? Drinking a lot of water, hydration, okay? That's actually good. Now, for those of you who are vegans or vegetarians, vegetarians have more, vegetarians have more of a likelihood because you're getting other forms of protein. You'll have more growth. If you're a vegan and you're a woman of color, you might have issues with your hair growing, okay? If you're a lunar and you're a vegan, that may not be a case for you. Now, I've done my own personal case study because I talk to a lot of you and I know a lot of you. So my vegan lunars may not have issues with their hair growing when they're vegans. But my vegan lunars, you may have issues with breakage and thinning hair during your veganism. So you have to make sure you're getting enough sunshine and that you're getting enough of your healthy, you know, like hemp seed, hemp hearts, which has more protein. You have to make sure you're getting a good, healthy amount of protein. So my lunars, your hair will break off a little bit, get a little thin. And then my melanites, my carbon sea stars, you more have issues with lack of hair growing during your veganism. Okay, veganism. Notice I said veganism. Vegetarianism, some of you are getting more B12, you're getting more protein staples. So you may not have an issue with that. Okay, pescatarianism. Pescatarians, you may have also an issue with hair growth. Okay. Even though I'm not a fan of, like I told you, even though I said I'm not, I had a little bit of meat for the first time in years. I can't do that. I can't do the deathitarian. I can't do the corpseitarian. I can't do it. Listen, for the first time, and maybe it's because I haven't eaten meat in a long time, I will say this, and that could be the issue, but I did try some conscious meat and it made me very sick. It bloated up my face. I'm being honest, and maybe it's just me. It could just be me. Remember, I'm like this over 30 years, so I've been more so a vegan, vegetarian over those years, so maybe my body doesn't process. But when I had flesh, a little bit of corpsetarian in my diet just a couple days ago, it got me sick. I literally felt like death. I felt I didn't get any energy from it. I just didn't. I don't know why. And it, you know, my previous mate, Kirk, was like, well, maybe it's just your body has to get used to it. Nah, it didn't feel good. I felt sick. I really did. So, you know, I'm just saying, but for people who already eat meat for years, I don't think it bothers you. I think because I had been eating this way for so long, I think my body didn't take well. It just didn't. I felt sick. Like I went to Disney and I felt like, cause I hung out. Remember, some of you saw me on Instagram. Wait, but B.O.B. says that he won't have kids and encourages others not to. B.O.B. Oh, Fidgy Girl. B.O.B. has been taken over by, remember we had that conversation, Fidgy Girl? B.O.B. is not, that's B.O.B. 3.15. That's the B.O.B. that I'm not a fan of. I don't like that. That B.O.B. is a clone version. He's got a handler. Her name is Tiff. He is low field. There is no positivity. He's not speaking enlightened. He's hanging out with Satanists. I told you he was hanging out with Satanists and Baphomet lovers. He hasn't been himself. I had an affinity for B.O.B. 1.0. That's the one that I was feeling. Like B.O.B. 1.0, listen, family, me and him in the ether, we were going to have children together. That's the one I wanted to mate with. I'm being honest. I can say it now because I don't feel that way. But B.O.B. 3.5 with that handler, Tiff, ever since he got with that young lady, I think she was sent there to shut him down. She did. She shut him down. He wasn't supposed to put his magic wand inside of a cemetery. And he did. And now he's got all kinds of attachments. She's low field. We don't even know if she's... I'm keeping it real. We don't even know if she's a female. We think she may be a male. Now, I'm not dissing anybody who's a transsexual or whatever. I personally don't think she's a female. We don't know if she's a female. Let's just say that. I don't know that she is a female. I think B.O.B. 3.0 might be a little, you know, he just might be a little friendly with females that look like males or males that look like females. Something, right? Fit me and, you know, I just, big up to B.O.B. 1.0. I'm still looking for you, B.O.B. If the listen, B.O.B. 1.0, you don't have to tell the populace. You just come over Flurboon's way. We won't even tell them that you're, you know, around my neck of the woods. You could leave 3.515 with Tiff. We trying to bring in, let me behave myself. I was feeling some B.O.B. You know, I rarely have affinities, but the things I wanted to do with B.O.B. 1.0, and I told him, I'm not shy. And he was okay with it too. Anyway, flattery. Someone's gonna write me a note and say, Flurboon, for someone who talks about flattery all the time, I think you're acting real thottericious. No, when I want to mate with somebody, I'm unapologetic. Blame it on the Scorpio moon, girl. I'm one of those. If I like someone, he knows. It's rare. I don't have that kind of affinity. When I like one, I always like one specific guy at a time. But when I do, woo, it is magical. Anyway, it's okay to be a spiritual thought. Black hippie said it's okay to be a spiritual thought. Thank you. I needed that. She threw me a fishing line. I met some interesting, like I said, I went on that site, the POF. What is it called? Plenty of Fish and Bumblebee. I've never seen so many penises sent ever. There was one penis that was sent to me. I hope there's no children in here. Please make sure there's no children in the room. I should give that warning. If you're a stay-at-home mom, put the headphones in, because you know Flurboon's about to go left and it's not after midnight. Normally, you know, you usually get this from me before midnight, but I'm feeling real spry today. But I'm just saying, I said there's nothing wrong with that. God's behaviors. Yeah, they sent me some man. He was handsome. I was feeling him. He was from Chile. He was looking like my cup of tea because my type is attracted to me. So my type, when I went on these sites, my type was looking for me and my type was showing up, but they weren't my type spiritually because they were sending me pictures of their wands. And I was like, I didn't even ask you for this picture. I was like, is this what y'all do? I don't want to see a picture of your wand. I might get infected with a sexually transmitted demon through the screen. I think they were trying to infect me. Some of these wands were beautiful though, but I didn't want to get infected by the thing. I don't know what kind of spells they were trying to put on their wands. One wand, that Chilean, there was a good looking Chilean man. I was feeling him until he sent me his wand. He had a beautiful wand. But I can't get infected. I had to turn the screen off because I felt those are Google images. Black hippie said it's a Google. No, it was him. He didn't hide his face. It was really him. I felt like I was going to be expelled. I was like, no, please don't send me any more of your pictures unless I ask for it. If I request for the picture, I don't want to see wands on pictures. If I want to see your wand and I like you like that, we're going to see wand on wand in person. I don't like all that craziness showing me stuff on the screen. I'm all about the culpability when we're together. She said copy and paste night rose in this copy. Oh, wait. I can't. He put it. Could you imagine for some of these females who see this masterful, they think it's like this mega wand and then they meet them in person. Big up to all you battery men online. I can't do it. I can't. Yeah, I felt like I was being harassed on these sites. I was going to do a whole dating thing. I can't because I don't know what kind of infections some of these men have. I don't know if they'll come with like super STDs that you don't even have to touch them, and the STDs, the sexually transmitted demons, just like transfer to you just on site. So I'll just sit down next to him and it'll just he's got the super virus, so it just transform on me on site. I don't know. I haven't been a part of the dating scene ever. Flirbone has never dated. I think I had one date with and it was a fun date. And it was something fun. Me and Doc Stigler went out, and it was we were friends, and we had an amazing time. That was Doc Stigler. There was no sex or anything. We had an amazing time. Some of you saw it on my regular Facebook page. I had an amazing time with Doc Stigler. We had it was so much fun. There was no sex. There was no craziness. It was just an innocent day of enjoying nature and stuff. He was so great. I love that, but I can't trust any of these secret squirrels out here coming in with super incubus. I talking about paranoid. I don't know. I haven't gone on any dates. I don't think I'm gonna do it. I can't trust it. I'm gonna go on dates with our family. I can't do it. No, for real. STDs like zombies must have sex. Summer Dawn said, listen, I don't know. I shouldn't talk about it because some of you people, listen, I met some people, beware of the graveyard cooch. No, I mean, I don't want to talk about everyone because I know I've listened to my dental hygienist says she met her fiance on Bumblebee. What's it called? Bumble? What the heck it's called? Yeah, she met her fiance on Bumble, and I asked her, I said, how did you do it? I was like, I was asking her a question. She was like, she went on a site and she would Google his phone number. Then she said she would get background checks on everybody, and then she would do drive-bys. I was like, you did all this to date somebody? I was like, I don't want to go through all that. I don't want to have to drive by and see if he's actually a catfish or something. I don't want to have to do all that craziness. Nah, man. I mean, if I gotta go through all that to date you, I don't even want to bother. I'm gonna stay home and just be with myself. That's a lot to go through just to get you got attacked by incubus. and ended up sending it into the central sun. That's what I'm talking about. Return to sender. I got blockers on me. Got shields up. Let me stop. We went into, yeah, I tried. But there's a lot of Flora, I see you with a botanist and a master gardener. Oh, I would fall in love. Oh my gosh. Oh, if I was with a botanist. Oh, if he could garden with me, I would love him for life. I would serve him meals. I would be in love. Oh my gosh. I love that. You know what's so crazy? My Nazi, remember the Nazi I was with? My Nazi came from a family of agriculturalists. I told you this. He was heinous, but his family were good with plants. All the plants loved him. My plants would smile when he walked in the house. Everything would grow when he touched it. It was he was such a mean person. He had sweet moments, but the plants loved him. His mother was like a gardener. They came from these agricultural family. They were like sharecroppers and stuff back in the days. They loved it. Listen, I want him to garden. I wanted him to garden naked gardening. We could be free. We could be like in a garden in Eden. We'd be like Adam and Eve in the garden. We just garden naked, bucket naked. That's my fantasy. They'd be like, what's your fantasy? Just a garden bucket naked. I won't get a date. He'd be like, yo, she's a freak. Naked and unafraid gardening. Could you imagine us swinging his, it'd be beautiful. That would be interesting, right? Just gotta make sure, you know, we anyway, I don't want to go too deep into that. Lady on the streets freaking the bed. Oh, I love to grow grapes and sweet potato. My father taught me. Right, Jarvis? I think it's beautiful. I think it's a sexy quality. I love men that can build. And what's so sad is because my Captain Kirk can build a house from scratch. He's a builder. He is the most amazing carpenter I've ever seen. He can build anything. He fixes everything in my house. He could put things together in like 2.5 seconds. Like he is that, you know, that's what, sometimes we need to find out, because I'm a Sagittarius, the grass isn't always greener on the other side. He's amazing. Like I think he's amazing. I think we're still friends, but like I really appreciate Captain Kirk. Like Captain Kirk could do what most men can't do. He's interesting. You never know. It might be a throwback. Because there's not a lot going on out here, family. Stay away from plenty of fish and bumblebees, because I've never seen a sight like that in my life. I've just never seen anything. Penises everywhere. There's wands everywhere. Men are just throwing their wands on the screen. I was supposed to go on a date on Friday. I'm not going. That's the one who threw his wand, the Chilean. He was so handsome. He threw his wand up. I was like, I can't come and see you. I said, I can't go on a date with you. He was like, why? Are you afraid? I said, yeah, I am. He was like, you're afraid of me. What did he say? He said, you're afraid of me just satisfying you. I was like, no, I'm afraid of you catching something from you. I don't bite my tongue. I was like, I'm afraid of catching something from you. I'm not afraid of your wand. I'm afraid of what your wand may have. I know. I love me some Captain Kirk. Don't worry. Captain Kirk might be a throwback. He might be when the old episodes of Star Trek come back on, like Captain Kirk. Captain Kirk is like one of those sequels. I'm gonna have a sequel with Captain Kirk again. We're gonna do like Star Trek: The Regeneration. I'm gonna be the cosmonaut meets Captain Kirk. They meet back in the universal time space continuum. They meet for love again. Beam Captain Kirk. Yeah, I think I might have to go into it. I'm gonna have to go back into the archives because I can't. Anyway, family, I'm gonna talk to you all day. I'm gonna go. Yeah, Taurians, y'all big up to the Tauruses. You Tauruses, I can't. Even you Taurus females, like he sounds freaky. Natural Michelle says he sounds freaky. Well, listen, natural Michelle, Floorburn is interesting. There's not a lot of men who would deal with my idiosyncrasies. I got a lot going on. I talk about ETs online. I'm looking up in the sky all the time. I'm seeing like shapeshifters. It would take a very strange man to really blend with me. So you're absolutely right, but I need a type of off man. I need a man. I need a sun star who's about that life, but who could deal with my idiosyncrasies. I got a lot going on. I'm not the easiest person. I mean, you would have to, Tauruses have the most resiliency of dealing with Sagittariuses, because I say some off the walls things sometimes and it could come off. If any of you have Sagittariuses in your life, we aren't one to bite our tongues, and it's not always a pretty thing. We don't. And that's one thing I say. Tauruses have the most resiliency to dealing with our sharp tongues, because we have weapons of mass destruction, Sagittariuses, and there's not a lot of people who can deal with that kind of fire. Tauruses, females and males, y'all could deal with us, and you really not phased because y'all are strong and you hold your ground. So that's why I really appreciate my Taurus. Now he's a little slow and steady. I'm a little fast, and you know, I'm quick to the trigger, but it's a beautiful quality. I had a Cancer. I was married with a Cancer. They just want to claw you. They like to keep you in their space. They always got cool stuff in their man caves though. Cancers, y'all like your man caves. Y'all like to have your trinkets and stuff in your shell. Y'all are fun, but we you know, yeah. Scorpios, y'all are secretive. Y'all are sexy but secretive as heck. Your Cancers can't deal with our tongues. My Cancer was the Nazi, and he was always offended. He was offended by just being with me. I offended him just by being a Sagittarius. He was just a Leo. No, Leo. You're a Leo. I like Leos. Y'all just want the whole spotlight, Leos, but y'all are okay. I could let y'all shine. I'm okay with letting you Leo shine. Y'all just like to be in the forefront. Yeah. Who else is in? Libras. I like Libras because y'all are balanced. I should do a whole channel on y'all. Libras, I like you because even when everybody's up in arms, you Libras can find balance in everything. You just trying to make the scales, you know, basically tip right and left perfectly. I could appreciate. Now Virgos, y'all a little analytical, but at least I know with you Virgos that y'all be logical in any scenario. You guys are very sound as far as your decision making, because you're just very earthbound. You kind of like the Capricorn without the over. Well, you're more over analyzing than the Capricorn. You are. Geminis, I like you because you're bipolar, and Sagittarius can deal with you bipolar people. Geminis, I like you because today you could be crazy and tomorrow you could be calm. We like you, Geminis. Geminis, I could rock with you because you're bipolar, and I could see you, and I won't ever be bored with you, Geminis, because you will have one part of yourself today that looks different than tomorrow. And you know, Sagittarius, we get bored on cue. So when I see you yesterday, Gemini, you were a different person than today. I could rock with you. Aquarius, you build my fire. Aquarius, you keep my flames burning. I need your air. I do. I need some more oxygen for my fire. We will burn up the house together. We will burn the planet. We will disinfect. You Aquarius females and males, you will help me to disinfect this planet so much quicker. I love you, Aquarius. Get me started. Oh, they said you're too clingy. I like you, Aquarius. Who else is in here? What other signs are in here? I need to. Who else is in here? Capricorns. My mother was a Capricorn. Y'all are practical, but you're good business people. If I want to do a business plan and I need somebody to be really, really logical about decisions regarding plans for business and for anything that has to do with, you know, structure and order, you Capricorns got that all day. If I want to do plans for business, I'm gonna have a Capricorn on board. If I want advice about business or doing things in a very orderly and harmonic way, I'm gonna go to you Capricorns. Now Pisces, y'all are very, very fluid. Pisces, I love that energetically. You're the perimeter of all energies. If I want to know how the energies are going to be tomorrow, today, I can go to a Pisces and I could just read it all over you. It's written all over your face. Pisces are the perimeter of energy. If you want to know what's going on planetarily, if you want to know what's going on energetically, bring a Pisces in the room. The Pisces in the room, you can read everything because they're just fluid. They match whatever frequency they're around. You got to protect the Pisces though, because the Pisces is so sensitive to all the energies that sometimes they get overwhelmed, and people take advantage of Pisces for that reason. So Pisces in itself, you're beautiful. I'm very protective of my Pisces. I know that you're very energetically influenced, so I will protect you. I make sure I put you in special places. I don't let people mess with my Pisces, but you're very beautiful in that way, okay? Pisces females don't like other Pisces females. Pisces females like to be around males. That's the only thing. Pisces females are healthier with their own opposites. So Pisces males like to be around only females. Pisces females only like to be around males. That's how y'all rock, unless you got siblings. And then you just tolerate your siblings. Triple Pisces. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lauren, we need to keep you isolated. We need to put you in like a teepee tent. We need to keep you in a teepee tent and just protect you. And we'll just pull you out when we need to know what's going on energetically. We're going to feed you. We're going to make sure you're happy. We'll bring you some mating potentiality inside your tent. We're not going to keep you, not connected. But we got to make sure we only bring certain entities to you, because you all are susceptible to all types of infiltration. I love you, Pisces, but we got triple Pisces. You need to be isolated in Tibet. We need to actually send you to the mountains. Aries. Now, Aries. Woo! Now, Aries. I mated with the Aries that was one of my only real boyfriends. He was the bomb. Aries, I could rock with you. You plan wars. You are the planner. You are schematically sound. And Aries is one of those signs, fire signs, that's so structured and well purposefully set and put in position that they will win any war they go up against. Anybody who's trying to come from an Aries, you're going to lose. Because they plan everything. They're the plotters of the fire signs. They tell us what to do. Aries will plot it, put it down, plan it out, and then they'll set the Sagittarius to go and to take them all out. I love Aries. My Aries was fun. We used to go and do, they always will. Now, depends on the Aries, the type of Aries. Some Aries can be a little more reclusive, but an Aries who is really okay with who and what they are, they're amazing to go with. They're never boring. They always have a different mindset that's it's set apart from the other signs. I love me some Aries. I don't really get a chance. One Aries, that was Warren. Many of you know he was online. That was there hasn't been another sign that matches that. I already told you, you Tauruses are the bomb. You're like my Tauruses. You know what? You know what I like about you Tauruses? You like to have sex and eat. Are we doing these signs? Tauruses, I love that you like to have sex and eat and then watch movies at the end of the day. A happy Taurus is someone who's got the best Netflix. They got all the channels on and the channel changer. Y'all got the best food because you have the best impeccable taste, the most amazing taste in food and luxury. You're the most luxurious beings, and you have amazing sex. You're Aries and Taurus. You're like the perfect, if you were a male Jedi, you would be the perfect mate for me. You were married to a Taurus. I know you miss him or her. Yeah, Tauruses will feed you. I was never hungry with Kirk. Kirk could cook. Kirk could cook and build. Kirk could build and cook, and then he would watch Netflix with me all day and wouldn't care to move. Sexy. And he didn't get overweight. He was just in shape. I told you I'm going to do a throwback. I'm going to be on Star Trek, The Regeneration. Fleur Brun, the Andromedan cosmonaut, meets Captain Kirk for a reunion. Be the reunion special. I'm going to get in his galaxy. He's going to get in my galaxy. We're going to have galaxies together. We're going to have celestial babies together. That's what we're going to do. Let me stop with y'all. Y'all got me started already. I'm about to go and eat some. I'm going to go make an avocado salad because Flurburn can't eat corpses anymore. Big up to all the corpsetarians on here. You need a Taurian man. Ninth realm. If you have a Taurian man, you'll never leave the house. Just he'll feed you. I can't say the bad word. He'll have sex with you, and if he's in a healthy mindset, you'll always be abundant. Scorpios like to have sex. Y'all gotta be careful because you like secretive, and y'all like the ones who have secret like threesomes. Scorpios are the type to do all kinds of sexually explicit things. Like y'all like to do like you will try anything once. Scorpios, y'all like it's sexy, but y'all too darn secretive. And then you be plotting things for like 20 years. If you had a problem with someone, you Scorpios have plots. You be plotting against people for like 20 years. If you've done something to a Scorpio, best believe they're going to get you back. They've already plotted your demise. They already have it mapped out. They already have the sign printed. They've got copies of it, and they plan to put it everywhere. Those are Scorpios. Scorpios, yeah. Y'all are like the best friends or the worst enemies. I don't like messing with Scorpios. Remember that Draconian that tried to come for me with my ex? He's got a Scorpio. She's been plotting against me ever since. That Draconian hybrid that my ex is dating, she's plotting against me right now as we speak. You were married to a Scorpio? Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah, the hybrid Draconian is plotting and planning against me right now. Thank God I'm a triple Sag because I got weapons of mass destruction. If she tries to come for me, she's going to have exactly she's going to have a remix of what I gave her last time. She kind of, remember that? Remember I was in New York and she tried to come to my hotel, waiting outside my hotel. She's going to have a remix. Scorpio or not, I know she's got her tail waiting for me. But remember, I got triple fire. I will burn up everything. She don't want none of this. Weapons and mass destruction. That's what a Sagittarius is, and that's just one Sagittarius. I got three. I got all kinds. I got things for fun, just for everything. Big up to the Scorpions. That's what I'm saying. My best friends in life have been Scorpios, and they will rock with you. They're loyal, but they secretive as heck. Like I said, and sexually, they will try anything once. They'll try anything once, but they may not tell you. So, when a Scorpio says, oh, I'm just, I don't know if I'm into that. That means that they're into it. They've done it. They wrote the book, but they don't want you to know that they've done it. Great lovers, just be careful. And if you're mating with them, and you did something to piss them off, and they haven't told you yet, don't worry, you'll know in about 3.5 seconds because you'll feel the sting way before you even see them moving to come towards you. Yeah, they could be cold. Yeah. Yeah, they're good lovers though. They're very experimental. If you want to do freaky things, Tauruses and Scorpios are the best signs together. You take a Taurus and Scorpio, they'll be having sex all day, and they're perfect because Tauruses are slow and steady. A Scorpio has already got they have defenses, they got shields up, they plotting and planning. Tauruses and Scorpios do well together. They actually those two, they rock together well. Scorpios are judgmental, but they won't tell you that they're judgmental. They will act like everything's okay until you feel the sting. Like I said, you won't know when the sting is coming because they already got the stinger in your back. You'll feel it before you see it. God says he wants a Scorpio in his life. Yeah, go do it. They're loyal as heck, but they will come for you. Let me leave you Scorpios alone. I love you Scorpios. Like I said, y'all are like the best friends or enemies. You are either one or the same. And I may not even know you're an enemy until you come for me. Yes, when I disagree with my mate, I get stung. I'm just saying, we not that bad. No, you beautiful moonlight gems. I think, like I said, my best friends have all been, I've had some of the best friends that are Scorpios, the most loyal women I've ever had. They will come to battle, and they're not afraid to battle. Because, you know, us Sagittarius, we start wars. No, we don't start wars. The Aries start the wars. We fight the Aries wars. So the Aries will actually create the war, and the Sagittarius will fight the wars. But Scorpios will rock with Sagittarius in wars because they're unfazed by it. But they're the ones, they're like the runners that you don't even know what team they're on until you get stung. That's why I appreciate a Scorpio. Yeah, Scorpio's always down. They're fearless. They may not know, you may not know that they're fearless, but they are. Oh no, Taurians don't. Yeah, Taurians just black out. I should do a whole sign. I know signs well, but no, I could do a whole sign series because I know you signs well. Taurians, they don't start none, but if they will. One thing with Taurians, they're strong, and anybody who's a Taurus, they have strong bodies. If you start with a Taurus, they all good, they calm, they're slow and steady. But when you start with a Taurus, they will finish it and they don't stop. Like they will just murk your whole. You'll be done. You won't even remember anything. Tauruses are like that. Tauruses will just take you out. When they're mad and you've taken them to... Listen, when Kirk... You know Kirk is with me. Kirk was with me for on and off for years. And you know Sagittarius is we say something real. We just keep it real all the time. And sometimes, you know, like Dave Chappelle used to say, when keeping it real goes wrong, I'll say some sideways things to Kirk. Let me tell you, I'll test Kirk's sensibility. Kirk is calm, too. He's chill. It's like, yeah, man. Yeah. And then, you know, you push that last button when you just push him too far. And he's like, he just, look, he'll glitch like this. This is, he doesn't even know what I'm talking about. I'm like, this is Kirk when he gets mad. This is Kirk when he gets mad. He's just in shock that I triggered something. Like I triggered, so I just run. I don't fight with the Tauruses. When I see the trigger, when I know I pushed him too far, he's like this. That's his face. I just keep a healthy distance because I got weapons of mass destruction. So I know I can't. Poor Kirk. That's why I said y'all should be happy. He has more peace of mind without me. Believe me, you. Who's this? Yeah, people be driving past here. Oh, yeah, he's got poor me, but he gets bored. Kirk is the type of person like he'll get bored and he'll just come and push my buttons just so I excite him. My Taurus, listen, I won't be with Kirk, and Kirk will just come because he gets bored. Because who can match a Sagittarius? He will just come and push a button and he'll watch me explode. It gets him off though. He likes that. Taurus is like that. Oh, thank you. I don't even know what earrings I have. Okay. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all all day. I know like half the people went off like she want like I want I want all kinds of sidebar. I want all kinds of left. We're talking about signs. Anyway. Yeah, the Amazon. I'm ready. So listen, family, have good sex. If you can find a proper mate, don't go on Plenty of Fish. Listen, I got the app on my phone. Plenty of Fish and Bumblebees. I don't know if it's called Bumblebees. They got some weirdos on those sites. But you know what's so crazy? I'm a weirdo too. So I shouldn't even judge the people on those sites because if I told 90% of them what I talk about and what I do, I'm a weirdo too. So it's just the fact of the matter. I shouldn't even talk about them because I'm a weirdo too. I'm talking about weirdos on Plenty of Fish. I see all kinds of shape-shifting reptilians. I'm probably appropriate for the site. I should stop judging these people. They probably have more normal lives than myself. At least I recognize that's true. Yeah. Start shape-shifting, whatnot. You know. Nobody says on Plenty of Fish they're a shapeshifter. I was looking, one guy said, listen, this one guy said, he was cute though. One guy said he's into aliens. So, you know, I was piqued by the interest because, you know, sometimes they just like, it's like you get hunted. If you go on Plenty of Fish, it's like you're being hunted. It may be sexy, but it depends on who's hunting you. So he came on, he was like, he was into aliens. It was like his whole profile and he said aliens. He was like, he's into aliens. I was like, oh yes. I was like, one of ours. wait, one of ours. I go and say he was talking to me. I was like, yes. And I was like, what kind of aliens? I was like, it piqued my interest. You were into aliens. He was like, oh, yeah, I watch Ancient Aliens. I was so unattracted to him at that point. I was like, you're only at Ancient Aliens is like the beginning of like the Ancient Aliens. If you watch an Ancient Aliens, it's like the begin. It's like the bottom of consciousness in the alien UFO community. It's like it's like the bottom feeders of the alien community. It's like where you start off. Like, so I judged them. I was like, what? Ancient Aliens? What they like pre-K? Yes, thank you. Ancient Aliens. I was like, that's not attractive. A lot of this stuff is like agent provocateur stuff too. I was like, I can't. No, I was like, it just turned me all off. That's sad, right? He was talking about aliens. I got all excited, and then he said ancient aliens. I was like, oh darn. He's like a generic version of. He's like the generic version of the. Let me stop. I gotta go. I need to go get some avocados in my life. I'm hungry. I can't even eat any. I gotta only eat fruit. I gotta go hunting for fruit, family. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna go in the backyards of people's houses. I'm in Florida. I'm gonna go in the backyard of people's houses and go hunt for fruit. So they said, what are you doing? I'm hunting for fruit. I got dates on my trees. My squirrels left me some dates. So I got dates on my trees, but I want some avocados. Now my avocado trees, I planted, 2 of them passed away. I see that 2 of the other ones are still making it. So I can't, she said that's illegal. She said me hunting for fruit is illegal. Yo, everything's illegal now. I got to do what I got to do. I got to survive. I'm going to have to go. I'm in Florida. I'm going to have to go get the oranges. There's oranges over by the library. I'm going to go hunting. I don't even trust these grocery stores. I don't even trust any of the grocery stores anymore. I don't even know what they're probably pumping it. And then they're putting radiation on your fruit. So by the time you get an organic fruit, you know they've done radiated it, because you know that they radiated to put those little plastic things on it, right? So they scan it, so they're radiating your fruit. So it's not even safe. Sprouts. Brazil isn't safe. You know they banned the flights to Brazil, right? Listen to this, family. Oh, I know I'm going on a rant. I'm sorry. Am I going on a rant? Do you want to hear this? Okay, so I'm supposed to go to Brazil. This is my second attempt to go to Brazil. I was supposed to leave in 2 weeks. They banned flights from Brazil. What was it, last week or this week? They banned flights. It's not going to happen. I don't know what's going on with Brazil. Brazil is so bad now. Venezuela is off the chain. It's off the chain. You can't go anywhere. I'm going to have to make Wonder World's Amazon somewhere. I'm going to have to be close. I'm going to have to do it closer, family. I can't keep doing this. I can't do this this merry-go-rounds with Brazil anymore. It's getting awful. I picked oranges near a school. Do you Monique, you got oranges near the school, right? Yeah, I'm gonna go get some oranges. Through Colombia. You could go through Colombia. Colombia is wild though. It's crazy. Would you go to Africa? Not right now. Depends on which part of Africa. There's so much inception. China, remember, China's infected. Parts of China is now infected. Most of the African nations, the more progressive African nations. Costa Rica's okay, but you know, nature not ruined my thought of it. Yeah, China's infiltrating, because I speak to all the diaspora from African nations. I'm down. Listen, I love it. I talk to the women from the Congo, Mozambique, the Ivory Coast, Yemen. Listen, fam, I'm down with the African diaspora. I don't play. I really rocks with our sea stars and sun stars from Africa. But there's a lot of nations right now that are being infiltrated with China. It's getting so dirty right now. It's ridiculous. It's basically United Snakes is looking like a campground right now. It's really crazy. Yeah. They got a lot of things going on nationally. I say Central America is probably safer. Jamaica is murdering people. I love Jamaica. Jamaica's got hits because China's already in there. St. Lucia's okay. That's where my people, Martinique and St. Lucia. But I don't really see the thing about it. Maybe I'm a little more biased because I know those places. St. Lucia's small grounds, but it's not a place that I feel I can create a community. Okay? It's very hot. It's not conducive to a lot of our lunar or our other families because St. Lucia and Martinique, we're closer to the South America. Our island gets really hot and we have some of the most voracious mosquitoes. Now, for those, when I say mosquitoes, you don't even know what I'm talking about. when I went there, my father, remember, he's from St. Lucia, lineage wise. We're from Martinique, but they migrated there. He didn't get bitten by anything. When you come there and you're not born and raised there and built immunity, the mosquitoes are very, very tiny and they go through your nets. You get beat up. You'll get beat up. You'll get eaten up by our mosquitoes. We have the most voracious mosquitoes there are. And if you're fresh blood, you'll just be eaten up for 6 months. You'll have whelps all over your body for 6 months. Ask anyone who's been to St. Lucia, other than the resorts. Yeah, it's crazy. Oh, you're a tourist? There's another ladyfinger, another tourist. Barbados is beautiful. I won't do the islands. See, the thing about it is I don't want to do islands like that because of what I know with the pole shift. I don't know that the islands will be there or they'll be reconfigured. I'm not trying to put us on an island where we're going to be, you know, possibly, because remember those islands disappear and they come back. I'm not trying to be there during the pole shift. It's going to happen. So I'm trying to be somewhere on land a little higher up. Okay? Big up Antonio. I need to mate with a Sagittarius. How come I don't meet enough Sagittarius men? You know what there I go again. I want to date a Sagittarius. I want to date my own. I don't, you know what's so crazy? I don't meet Sagittarius men to mate with at all. I meet all the other signs. Where are you Sagittarius men? You hiding from me? Are you Sagittarius men hiding from me? I'm triple Sag. You know what kind of children we'd make? Our children would be pure energy. It would be non-corporeal children would just make fire babies. Like flame on. What was that character? You look like my your former girlfriend 10 years ago, Sagittarius? Oh, Antonio. Call me Antonio. Fire to fire. Flurboon's an agent. Yes, I am. I'm an agent for the reptilians. Yes, I am. Who said that? Wait. Ka. Oh, you're one of these. Ka. Munda. Ogon. Okay, so you're one of the shapeshifters. You're one of these sea stars. Okay. Why don't you tell us who you really are? You probably changed your names 50 times. Who are you, Ka? I noticed you named your name. Are you one of those sea stars that come in acting like, but you really are? Are you a sympath? Are you a one of these shapeshifter people that come on this live just to cause havoc? Why don't you just join us, Ka? Instead of talking smack, you could be down with us. We're not gonna hurt you. Did you call the guy from Instagram? Which one? Which guy from Instagram? Oh, I blocked them. Oh my God. Yes. Remember the guy on Instagram? Sag cheats on their wives. I'm a triple fire sign. We're going to have fun together. I'm unconcerned. Remember, cheating is not in my repertoire. Remember, I'm a Sag. Sages see relationships way differently than others. Remember that. We're very, very playful. Sages do cheat. We're very friendly. Sages, we're very friendly and flirtatious. A Sag on Sag crime. We just like incorporated everybody in our life. We're not exclusive. We're just not exclusive people. We like everyone. We may not have sex with everyone. I don't know about male Sages, but we don't have sex with everyone. But we love being around everybody. Sages are the most friendly of signs. We want to talk to everybody. Well, when you are in marriage, it's cheating. Daniel said, well, that is true. Don't start on one being out. If you get married and that's not what you intended, then you need to tell your partner that that's not how you roll. What was I saying? What was I saying? Someone changed my mind. I was about to say something. Oh, I forgot what I was going to say. Hey, Ka, I'm on to you. Sydney says she's on. Ka, where'd you go? What happened to Ka? I hate when they come on here and they talk smack and they don't want to come back. I'm trying to convert all of you to be more accepting of all of anybody who's different. Oh, Daly said he's not a cheater. Daly, you're the Sag? You're not a cheater, right? You're not a cheater, you're a greeter. I said that one time to my boyfriend. My boyfriend said, I don't like how, this back in the days, I don't like how friendly you are with everyone. I said, I'm not a cheater, I'm a greeter. He was mad. He was mad. Oh, the guy on Instagram. Okay, yeah. The guy on Instagram that kept coming on there, he was a bit of a stalker. He kept calling me on Instagram. Then I kind of checked out his stats a little bit. You know, he was challenged, challenged in a certain way. And then he wouldn't take no for an answer. You know, I'm a healthy person, and I'm very little judgmental, but he kept calling and I said not to. And when I say no, sometimes I mean yes, but I really meant no. I really meant no. Yeah, he was just a stalker. I did. He was aggressive. I like aggressive. I like assertive men. Let me watch my mouth. I love assertive men. I love alphas. I could go toe to toe with an alpha for 2 point. I could rock with an alpha. I love alphas. So I'm not really phased by aggressive, or you know what I mean, or like a very assertive men. It's sexy to me. I told you I mate like a Klingon. I'm like a Klingon when I mate. I'm aggressive, and I mate like an aggressive Klingon. So I'm okay with that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I rock with that. But when you're not my cup of tea and we don't have any chemistry and I'm not really feeling you and we're not, pheromonically, we're not harmonic. When I say no, it just means no. I'm not trying to mess with you. That's all. So, he didn't overstand or understand. So I had to release him into the ether, into that stratosphere. So I just blocked them. Wait, interesting. My mom was a Leo and my father was a Sag. They were married. That might be a good union. Like I said, I'm okay with Leos. Leos like to stand in the forefront. I'm okay. You get treated like a king. Yeah, I'm okay with Leos. Leos are cool. Leos are very and they stand. They're very they're really commanding. You know what I mean? Oh, they're divorced now? Maybe there was too much fire. Sagittarius don't like to be out. Sagittarius don't mind staying, in a position, but they don't like to be disrespected and outshine, like purpose. I have a problem with people like criticizing something I do and then they go and do exactly what I do to try to steal my shine. I don't like that. That's one thing I don't like. I don't respect it. So you'll criticize. There are a lot of sea stars that did that to me initially. They would criticize. Fleur Brune's always naked. Oh, she's always showing her shoulders. Oh, she's always acting sexually. Then they would go and make videos mimicking how I dressed, wearing the almost, single black female, single white female-esque, mimicking everything I did, but they would criticize the things I were doing. I have a problem with that. Like, that's some creepiness. You don't go and criticize somebody's things like you don't like it, but meanwhile, you really in envy mode, and then you're just trying to take on their shine. So you criticize their shine, and then you try to take over their shine. I'm old school New York. That's disrespectful. I will always tell you how wonderful and grand you are. I will always say how amazing you are. And I don't have to take what you have and take it on as my own. I'm okay being me and doing me. But when you do things like that, that's very parasitic and it's very vampiric. You remember the chick that tried to take down my channel? She criticized me all kinds of ways. She said I was an incubus, succubus. She said I was taking over men's minds. Men, was I taking over your minds? No, I didn't, because men will check me. There's no man that came on here that felt I took over his mind. Only Kirk. only person who felt like I was taking over his mind was Kirk. Okay, there wasn't any man who felt like I was. She made videos saying I was an incubus. I was sexually slutty. I was a thottery. I've never had sex with any of these. There's not been one man online who's ever had sex with Fleur Brune. I could take a screenshot. There's never been a man online who's ever had sex with Fleur Brune. Fleur Brune has only been with less than a handful of men. And the only one you know of is Kirk. Okay, so she made a whole video. She tried to shut down my channel. She said I was stealing her content. This is the same woman who made videos dressing like me, wearing red lipstick like me, talking like me, using the same content as me, but saying I was stealing her content. It's crazy. Crazy. And then I did a whole wonderful bringing in babies ritual of getting masterful children, making videos on this. And She criticized me saying I was bringing demons onto the earth by making women get pregnant and have healthy ancestors. And then she got pregnant, hid her pregnancy, right? Hid her pregnancy while she was throwing daggers at me. So that means she was low field while she was pregnant. I know I'm talking about. She's dastardly. And then she got pregnant, and then she's all kinds of talking about she's depressed. She's sad. She don't like motherhood. She talks about a child as if it's an other entity. I was like, this is the type of people sometimes you meet online. Single brown females or lunar females. I don't know what they are, and they're captivated by you, but they will criticize you and they will try to steal your shine. And now she's miserable. It's terrible. No, I never bought, and I never did anything to this female either. I've never done anything to her, never talked about her. I never really messed with her. She was disrespectful to other females. I checked her. My admins checked her because she was nasty to other females. I never did anything to her, and then she didn't like rejection. She got kicked out of my group. Yeah. Libras or another Capricorn is the best sign. Hey, Eric. Oh, Eric, are you a Libra? I told you Libras, I love your balance. And I'm gonna make plans. I'm gonna make business plans with the Capricorn every day. I love Capricorns. Capricorns give me structure. Remember, I'm on fire. I require structure and to be grounded. I love people bringing structure to my life. Sometimes as a fire sign, I'm all over the place. And I really require to be balanced sometimes. And a male who's, Celeste Hill, what do you have to say about that? Oh, Ka is back. Where's Ka? Wait, Ka's back? Where's Ka? Ka, you've come back. Where are you, Ka? I don't even see them. I don't even see Ka. Ka, you come back? Where are they? I don't even see Ka. Ka, you come back to join us. Oh, there they go. Don't kill brothers for 5-year-old eggplant that went to their girlfriend. Don't kill brothers for 5-year-old eggplant pig that went there to their girlfriend. Don't kill brothers for 5-year-old eggplant pig that went their girlfriend. What are you talking about, Ka? What are you talking about, eggplants? Who are you talking about? Ka, maybe Ka's possessed. Ka could be the hybrids we were talking about. Ka, are you one of the hybrids? Maybe he or she is one of the hybrids we've been talking about. Well, Ka could be one of those overlay grays too. Ka, are you a real entity or are you a hybrid? Are you angry that you've been hybrid? Maybe that's it. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe Ka has been infiltrated and they're not very happy. I disagree with hybriding. Unethical hybriding is not right, Ka. So I understand. And if you're suffering from mental illness because you've been hybrid that way, it's absolutely wrong. We don't accept that. Right? Ka, yeah, Natural Michelle said, please translate, Ka. We want to understand you. See, we're an inclusive group here. We're trying to bring you on our starship. But we don't know where your hostility is coming from. You're speaking in code. You know when you have too much time on your hands? Where am I gonna get eggplant? I need eggplant. I can't do eggplant because I used to love eggplant. I can't do eggplant because no, I'm Kenyan. Oh, you're Kenyan? Ka? So why are you so hostile? Eggplant is a wand. Yeah, Ka, why are you so hostile if you're from the motherland? Oh, N5D said Ka in ancient Egypt, the supposed spiritual part of an individual human being of God, which survived with the soul after death and could reside in the statue of the person. You know what, N5D, you're correct, but I don't think Ka is very enlightened, and I don't think they're connected to any God. I think Ka just might be an empty seater. Come here to cause destruction in our group when we're talking about absolutely nothing right now. I think Ka likes eggplants. Ka, do you know eggplants are homogenized, right, Ka? Ogun is the Yoruba Santeria god of war. Ka, you trying to bring eggplants and war to our group? Are you stating that you are connected to the Egyptian god and that you're trying to bring an eggplant and homogenize it, I'm calling Flipper an agent. Listen, I'm an agent, but I'm an agent for enlightenment. I'm an agent for the planet Gaia, Tiamat. I am. I can literally say I am an agent. See, we're all agents to a certain. I'm not hostile, and people know that. Peace. Are you scared, Ka? We're a strange group, aren't we? Anyway, yeah, you know, someone said I was an agent before. I am. I'm here for Mother Tima. I am down with the planet. I'm one of her posse. I'm one of the crew from the planet. So I am here for the realignment of the frequencies in a more healthy homeostasis. I'm really down with that. I'm an agent for the Andromedans. You could say that sometimes. Sometimes I'm an agent for the Naga Serpent, depending on how much telepathic messages they like to give me occasionally. So I can be considered. I'm an agent sometimes, yeah, for certain things, yeah. And if I'm mating with someone, I could be an agent to their wand. As above, so below, the eggplants are at war with the zucchinis, right? In 5D. I have nothing better to do. I can't eat. I want to eat food. I'm afraid of the food. I'm supposed to go hunting for fruit right now. I've got to figure out who's got some eggplant lives matter. We're off the hook. I need to go hunting for some fruit. Flurbrun is afraid to eat the fruit in the stores, so I got to go hunting for fruit. I'm going to go to neighbors' houses, and I'm going in their backyards. Don't tell them. I'm about to go look. The mango tree is empty. I already took the last 2 mangoes from one of the trees down the road. I'm serious. I already ate the mangoes down the street, and I ate them. They were so good. It was 2 mangoes I got from that tree. The rest of them had fallen and it got bad, so I had 2 mangoes, but the neighbor said I could have them. So I ate from the tree down the block. My dates are not quite ready yet, so I can't go hunting there. I got to go hunt for some fruit. So wish me luck. Ka, we wish you well. I don't know about the eggplants, Ka. I don't know if that's really what you're into. Maybe it's a sexual innuendo. I don't know what's going on with that. The mangoes down the road, yo, they were so good. Oh my God, that tree was the bomb. I don't have a mango tree. I have a date tree. My avocados haven't grown yet big enough. My lime tree, I don't have any more limes on it. You're an agent for the eggplants. Is this a sexual conversation? Listen, we're not. Well, according to you can't get pregnant by an eggplant. Well, you could. Maybe that could be the hybrid program. Maybe you can get pregnant by an eggplant. Oh Lord, I can't even. We're not even safe having sex with eggplants. Don't have sex with the eggplants, people. I know abortion has been banned, is now abortion's banned. So some of you are going to be abusing fruit and vegetables. I think it's abusive. I think that should be against the law too. I don't think you should be having sexual play with plants or animals or anything like that. Just say no, okay? I know it's inappropriate. Leave the eggplants alone. Eggplant abortion is illegal. It's crazy. They're gonna start banning everything. Anything that pleases us, anything that helps us along, they're gonna ban it all. I gotta go look for. Oh, you know what? Maybe I don't have to cook. I'm gonna go to Freshies. I'm gonna go to eat this place that I know has some good avocado. Alcoholism is a spirit. I went through it. Oh, Libra love. You went through it. Yo, alcoholism is no joke. Yeah, I don't mess with the nightshades, right, Yasha? Yeah, I can't mess with the nightshades or anything fermented. I can't mess with the kombucha. Flurburn, have you tried hydroponics with organite? No, I haven't. I do put my organites that I made. You know, I make my own organites, but I do a little bootleg. I don't make it all pretty like you guys. I bury them in my garden, and I used to bury them in my other garden. So I do that. But I'm going to be doing my solarium. We're moving next. I'm going to have a solarium. I'm only growing my stuff inside. What you said you're going to use cucumbers on child support? Wait. I Am Legend says people are going to putting eggplants and cucumbers on child support. I gotta go. The struggle is real. Who got you pregnant? Well, I didn't think the cucumber could impregnate me. I was trying to have safe sex because abortion. I didn't want to bring children. I didn't want to bring children into this world. I didn't know I was gonna hybrid myself. Can you? Do they really hybrid people with vegetables? I don't even know. We don't even get into that aspect. Imagine you hybrid somebody with vegetables. Is it possible? Can you impregnate yourself with fruit? Oh, damn! The world is over. I'm gonna move to the jungle. I'm just gonna live in the jungle. I can't. Where's Tarzan? Tarzan's not even a real character. Tarzan would have been bitten up. He would have been eaten by an anaconda. I don't even think Tarzan was a real creature. Who raised Tarzan in the forest, in the jungle? Did you ever see Tarzan? I'm sorry. I'm going all kinds of left family. I just thought about Tarzan. I was like, maybe I should mate with Tarzan, but who raised Tarzan? Was he a hybrid? Oh, damn. I can't do it. Maybe Tarzan is half cucumber. Listen, I gotta cut this video off. We go on all kinds of left. I can't do it. Can't have sex with cucumbers. You can't have sex with anything. They're hybriding people. We got people coming on here calling themselves God. It's crazy. I feel like we're being abused. I need to start a whole Wakanda movement. We need to just move to Wakanda at this point, because everything we desire is going to be banned. I don't even know if we're going to be able to have sex. We're going to be like on that movie Surrogates. We're not even going to have sex with one another. We're going to probably just, you can't even masturbate anymore. What's going on? This is sad. I can't. And then I can't go on. I got plenty of fish on my phone and bumblebees on my phone with men sending me pictures of their wands with sexually transmitted demons. This world is going left. Oprah's a man? Oprah's a man. I can't. She said Oprah's a man. Is she? I don't know. I don't know nothing about it. I can't. Where'd that come from? Where did Oprah? Oprah wasn't even in the conversation. Who brought up Oprah? Did you want to have sex with Oprah? Is Oprah available? Oprah could help us Oprah could help us with our sanctuary. Don't diss Oprah. We may need assistance from Oprah to get our sanctuary. I don't care if she's a man or a woman. Oprah, we need your assistance. I just want a sanctuary outside the perimeters of this crazy matrix. We're not going to have sex with the vegetables so long as we outside of the jurisdiction of the government. I promise. I didn't call you a man, Oprah. Somebody on here said it. Oh, she said that she's a lesbian. I don't listen. Well, she might as well be, because abortions are being, nobody could do. I don't even know if people are gonna even have sex together anymore. What's the point of us? They said Oprah's an eggplant now. We can't even have a sex. People are gonna be afraid to have sex now. They'll be like, you know what? I'm gonna just have sex with myself or with my same counterpart, because I can't mess with the opposite sex. This might be a part of the agenda to make us so fearful to have sex with the opposite sex. This could be an agenda. I gotta get out of here. Y'all out of control. I need to go make some food. Like I said, I'm gonna go hunting for my vegetables. We had a beautiful talk. I stayed on point. I didn't sidebar into the end of the video. Most people who watch this video will be like, oh, she sidebarred. I waited until the end to sidebar. Listen, I talked to y'all for like hours. I tried to stay on topic, but y'all went left with the eggplant. Ka came in here with eggplants. Now we're talking about having sex with cucumbers and stuff and hybriding. I didn't bring the conversation. I didn't say Oprah was a man. Somebody said she was a lesbian. Y'all went left. I'm not taking the blame for this one. I can't. I stayed on point for at least most of the video. I'm moving to Wakanda. Who knows Wonder Woman's land? I want to open up one. We need to move. I'm trying to get the heck out of this. I'm trying to get to the new planet. At this point, Whoopi's the lesbian too. Oh, Lord. Is Whoopi a lesbian? It could go underground abortions. No, the underground abortions are going to spike. That's what I'm saying. You got to be careful with these bees. That's why I said don't get pregnant. Flurboom for president. If I was listen, if I'm president of the United States of America, there'd be healthy wands everywhere, free and clear of disease and sexually transmitted demons. Every man would have to have his wand scanned for sexually incubus and succubus. Every woman, when she gets pregnant, has at least 10 years off paid vacations. She can have as much decaf coffee as she likes at Starbucks for free, just for being who she is. She's allotted to have respite from her children with a video camera and a Skype. She needs a housekeeper, so her house can always be clean, so she can feel like a goddess. She has fresh fruit and vegetables hunted for her daily and served to her by a beautiful, stunning, amazing, giant alpha with a masterful wand that's free and clear that can help her make it through the transition of motherhood. I just vote for me. And Sun Stars, you would never have a dirty Stargate. You would be loved and adored. You wouldn't have to worry about shape-shifting females anymore, because you would only be able to mate with women that look like who they really are. And fried eggplant. wait. You would have to go on mandatory travel trips with your sisters to have fun. And again, you would have basically respite for any time you needed a nap. You needed your laundry done. Everybody has housekeepers that love to clean their houses and keep them in goddess mode. I'm absolutely, if I run for president, you would never ever have to work a 9 to 5 again. You would be, your job would to be exactly whoever you were meant to be. So if you always wanted to play guitar, that would be your job, and you would be paid infinitely. Absolutely. And everybody would have to you would have to have sex. You would have to have good, masterful sex, and then you would be fined if you could not have or make someone have an orgasm. For men who are not giving women orgasms, you would be fined $1,500 for every time you made a woman fake her orgasm. You would have to be trained at schools by women who are sanctified in wisdom and making you be a masterful lover, and there won't be another woman again who would ever have to fake an orgasm. Ever. And men, you would be adored and worshipped so long as you worshipped our Stargates and knew exactly what to do when you had to do it. We'd be living on a goddess planet, naked and unafraid with our mangoes. We'd have men hunting for fruit for us. Bring them home, bring the fruit home for us. Never a fake orgasm again. Every time you give her a fake orgasm, you would be fined $1,500. I bet you'd be more incentive. They're going to ban me from YouTube. They're going to ban me from YouTube. They'd be like, what happened to your channel? Because I said all women should have orgasms without faking it. Tongue school. It's not even Flurboom After Dark. See what happens when I don't eat? If I had my own website, they shut it down. I can't. Oh my God. Oh, yoni fasting. Yoni fasting is necessary in order to clear the frequencies. Recalibrate yourself. I'm so high. I'm so hungry, family. I'm scared to eat. I fasted for 30 days now. I know all the food is dirty. I need myself a masterful alpha to go hunting for some fruit for me right now. Y'all would vote for me. Listen, if you vote, there wouldn't be garbage on the street. Listen, if I was president of the United States of America, the White House would be purple and white. We'd be having Latin dance classes every Friday and Saturday. We'd have drum circle. We'd have therapy for all these dirty, dark draconians. We have a detox system for all the people who've been MK Ultra'd from all the television. Yo, it would be a wonderful world. We'd have a secret place for all these diabolical men that are over here creating havoc for all the females. I'd have a specific, I'd have it would be called the narcissist jail system. All the narcissists would be locked together to be in narcissism heaven together. They could be narcissists together. I would just leave them with fluorinated water. All your presidential officials would be locked in there with them, with all the narcissists, so they could be narcissists together. And I make sure the fluorinated water that they were trying to give us, I'd make sure it all filters into their water system. Okay, so they could do everything they want. All the government, Hillary Clinton, who else? Bush, the I don't know, the clone version of Barack Obama, all the presidentials, everybody, and even I would have them have performances by I would make sure they have concerts, free concerts, and lectures by what's his name that used to be on InfoWars. They would have to listen to InfoWars every Saturday or Sunday, like church. On Sunday, I would have Alex Jones give them a lecture on every Sunday because it's one of their own, right? So he would do lectures. So every Sunday, and you know how people go to church? I would make them go listen to their own people. Like I have David Icke go to all the agents. I just have them go on Sundays and do their daily sermons to each other so they can all listen to the banter that they force on us. All of them, all the Flint water system would be directed to the narcissist prison system. They'd all be together. Okay, all the Baphomets, I would have Baphomets all over the wall, Satanists. I'd have all kinds of 666 everywhere so they can enjoy themselves. They would all be together so they can all abuse each other. You live in Flint? Yes, you know what? I'm sorry what's going on in Flint. We should take that water in Flint and we should throw it at the White House. You tell President Trump, you didn't fix our water? Let me throw it at you. Let me throw my water at you. Oh, it'd be beautiful. Oh, it'd be beautiful. We have rainbows everywhere. There'd be hammocks at every corner. So, you know, when you wanted to take a rest, there'd be hammocks at every stop. So you could lie down and take a nap, you know, in the sunshine, right? Oh, it'd be beautiful. I love it. I look forward to being in rulership one day and freeing the sea stars and their stargates from tyranny. Who's that? Anyway, let me go, family. I know we have jokes. Oh, building hotels and businesses with clean water. I tell you, listen, it would be a beautiful system. You would never have to work again. It would be free. It would be food, plentiful of fruits and vegetables everywhere, healthy, non-genetically modified. I don't like David Icke. I don't dislike David Icke. I don't like him either. David Icke is he's a agent, but he is saying part of the truth. He does both. He doesn't just David Icke has a lot of truth, but he does a lot of misleading. Because you got to think, yeah, he's a controlled agent. That's a better way of saying, yeah. He's not. He does tell a lot of truth, but he's not telling you the truth about who. Who is he telling the truth about? And what really is David Icke, right? Who is he? And what is he? Because if you look at David Icke, as far as his physicality, what species does he look like he belongs to? The same species that he talks about is the same species he's reminiscent of. So I'm just saying. Oh, yes, please like the video. Thank you. If you like my sidebarring, even if you don't, still like the video so you can make fun of me. Say there's a crazy Creole woman talking about reptilian and hybriding who feels like she wants all women to have orgasms so that they'll never be depressed or bipolar again. So if you like the video, thank you. Just thank you for that. Thank you for it. Just, you know, put a like on there. So I know, because if you don't like it, I feel like, you know, I keep my jokes to myself. Anyway, family, I keep saying I'm gonna eat. I feel so good when I did. I drank like a quart of water this morning. I loved it. And then I'm gonna drink another quart of water, but I've gotta go get something to eat. I've been talking about eating for it's sad. It's really sad. I'm gonna go check the other neighbor. I know a neighbor who has really nice mangoes. I got some papaya from next door. I don't really like papaya as much. I do papaya every once in a while. I feel for avocados. So I'm gonna go around the other neighbor's house and I'm gonna see if I can go get some of their avocados. And I really want to make it with some fresh, no, I haven't eaten yet celestial drip. It's sad. You know why? Because food is genetically homogenized, and the bastards have infiltrated everything. And I ate everything that I had made myself. I'm gonna just eat the grass. Oh, but the grass is probably sprayed with like Roundup. I fasted for 30 days. I felt healthier in the 30 days of fasting than I feel eating whatever I'm out here. My whole body's reset. I can taste everything. And like I said, I told you I was going to taste meat, and I did try conscious meat last week, and I felt sick. I really felt sick. Kirk said it was because I'm not used to it. I disagree. There isn't something that should make you feel like that. I tried conscious. What I had conscious. It was halal, organic. What was it? Grass-fed lamb. And then I had tried halal, grass-fed goat, and I got sick. Yeah, it was horrible. And I just felt like I was dying. Yeah. I felt like I was dying. It just felt like I was just, it didn't do anything for me. It didn't, like, if I eat a mango, I feel life. I like falafel. I mean, I don't want to do any grains though, you know, any kind of grains. Yeah, I didn't like the meat. And again, it could just be my system didn't allow it. It could just be that, you know what I mean? But I just felt like it wasn't food for me. It wasn't fuel, because it didn't make me feel good. And it just made me feel, lethargic. It made me feel sick, like I wasn't alive. I can't do it. I think it's because it's dead for too long. Because I had a conversation with one of the farmers, and you know, I'm not eating raw meat either. Because some people could do that, but I can't do that either. So I'm gonna have to just stick to my fruitarian ways, or I'm just gonna have to be an aquatarian. You're gonna be seeing my cheekbones even more. You're gonna see my cheek. The fish is, I think fish is okay. I don't really do it that often because I like to go to a fresh fish market. So I would have to go, and I would have to, yeah, I'd probably have to go to, because that's where my people in the islands, they do more fish, more pescatarians. But I would have to go to the fish market where they caught the fish that day, because it can't be frozen either, because then I'll get sick, because I'm allergic to sulfur. Because if you know shrimp, most people are not allergic to shrimp, and I don't mess with bottom feeder feeders, but shrimp and what is it, crabs and stuff, they're allergic to when they freeze them because they become more sulfur. So it's the sulfur they're allergic to. So when you freeze shrimp and you freeze crabs, they get a sulfuric type of chemical, and they become more sulfur. So I can't mess with them anyway. So if I do a fresh fish market, maybe, I don't know. Flurburn, I got a neighbor who's got really nice mangoes. Where you live, Light Burner? Light Burner, I'm coming over your house. Hold on. I thought you were talking about his balls. No, I wasn't talking about his balls. No, I wasn't. No. I do Kiki sessions. You could go to my if you want a Kiki session, you could just email me. No, I don't know. I wasn't talking about his balls. I like mangoes. I love mangoes. I like the Adolfo mangoes. I like the indigenous ones. But no, there's actually an avocado tree, and I want to see if I can pick them up and go pick them out. And then there's another, I need fresh lime. That's sad. Flurburn's gonna get in trouble Flurburn's gonna get in trouble. Too much fruit spikes sugar. Yes, I agree, Rob. I'm not talking about eating fruits like that all the time. I'm talking about being balanced, like just having occasional fruit and water. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about that. Like occasional fruit, like a fruit. Like I'm not talking about eating fruit like incessantly. I'm talking about maybe having occasional, like one mango. I don't eat 12 mangoes a day. One mango, maybe an avocado salad, maybe a cucumber salad with that. That'd be good. Florida fishing. Well, Florida got to be careful about fishing because we got gators. Remember, we got gators here. I'm not going near the lakes over here. You go fishing over here in Florida, you might go missing because the gators are big. We got some big alligators up in Florida. You know, when I first moved up here, the neighbor down the block got her arm bitten off. I moved up here the first week. Listen to this, family. The first week Florbo moved to Florida, my neighbor, she was on the news. She went swimming in one of our local springs, and an alligator bit off her arm. She's a teacher as well. It took her whole arm. It was a woman of color that saw her struggling in the water. She went in, another woman went to go save her because she saw the woman getting twisted, because you know they'll put you in a death roll. He must have found her and isolated her. He had her arm. The woman snagged her, got, you know, this is a beautiful, we got heroes and angels here. If she didn't, she would have been dead. The woman went and grabbed her. He got her arm though. So she's living right down the block. That's the first week Florbo moved to Florida. An alligator bit the neighbor's arm off. Nah, it was on the news. I don't play with the lakes down here. Nah, Northeast we could fish. You don't want to go over here. We got gator. This is Gator Town. Yeah. That's the only thing. You got to be careful about the gators. I respect them. They respect us. But we will stay. They eat gators in Mississippi and New Orleans. They eat the gators. They do. They eat them. You got gators in Savannah? Yeah, y'all got it too. Yeah. I mean, we got all kinds of reptiles. This is a mini, we live in a mini, what is it? Like Jurassic Park. There's lizards everywhere. We live in, what time is it, y'all? What time is it? Can someone tell me the time? Can someone tell me what time it is? I can never tell. Oh, 2:23? Okay, y'all in? Okay, I'm good. Halal kosher is not organic. No, I know, Indy. It's not organic. No, I know. No, it was halal and organic. They actually had a place, a West Indian place here, where they had halal. Listen, they had halal lamb that was organic, grass-fed. It's rare that you get it. And you spent, listen, I spent a mint on this. A mint. I don't play that game. I spent a lot of money on the meat source. And it was meat that was freshly killed, supposedly within the last 2 weeks. So it was fresh. It was a lot of money. It's a specific place that I went to get freshly murdered meat. It's terrible I say it, because that's what it tasted like. Murdered meat. I went there and got halal. Listen, it was halal, organic, grass-fed lamb that was freshly slayed. And I got sick. I couldn't do it. And I cook everything masterfully. Remember, I have flexitarians in my house. I just got sick, and I could not shake the feeling. I couldn't shake it. Pus meat. Yeah, I couldn't shake it. It made me feel sick. It made my mind work a little weird. So I thought, and like I said, I listened to Kirk. He said, it's because you're not, and it could be that my body is not adjusted to processing meat. So maybe it would have taken time, but I didn't want to take any more time to feel like a piece of crap, because I felt really crappy after eating that. I didn't feel any energy. I felt like I had to lay down. Maybe I should eat gator. Draconians are eating people. Maybe we should extend the extension to eat gator. I think I had gator years ago. It's very interesting. I just, I can't do it. I like the breadfruit, but it was a little starchy. So, like I said, I feel better not eating at all. Like eating, I feel good. Like I haven't eaten yet all day because I have an aversion to food right now. But when I eat my avocado salad in the next hour, I'm going to feel real good. And then it's plum season. I love plums. So there's some fresh plums. I'll get some fresh plums. I'll have a plum. And that's about it. And what else? I like hummus. I still like my hummus with like red peppers or orange peppers or celery. I do like that. People eat gators. They eat gators. People eat everything. People eat frog legs. They eat snails. People eat animals. That's not, I don't even know what those are. They may not even be people eating that. It just might be cannibals. We got all kinds of species of beings here. That's what I'm saying. You don't know who's eating what because you don't know who they are. Pork. I knew a pork eater, and they got people eat snakes. When you go to the South, they eat snakes. They eat snakes in Asia too, like in the Philippines and stuff. They eat a lot of snakes. Yeah. Turtles. Yeah, they eat turtles. They eat a lot of different things. I can't. I said I was going to try meat, but deer is probably better. Venison, yeah, because people, but it's very difficult unless you're in the Northeast. Venison is something. Venison is something that it's good when people first hunt it and get it, but it's hard to get that. We're in the South, so I'm not really anywhere near venison or anywhere where I could get that. But I don't even want to mess with it anymore because I don't like the way it felt. I felt like I was eating a corpse. It didn't give me any energy. It made me feel sick, and I felt like I was dying eating meat. So it could just be, like I said, I came off of a fast, so it could just be that. It could be a combination platter, but I'm gonna keep it. Do you think it's a connection with people that like eat liver? My mother eats liver. Um, my mother eats, like, she eats liver. And remember, in our islands, we eat something. They eat something called blood pudding. Anyone from Germany or from the French islands eats blood pudding. I don't mess with that. Oh, my parents, it's a delicacy. It's like a saucisson. It's like a saucisson, a sausage with blood inside, like cake the blood. And black people eat that. In Germany, they eat it, in the French islands. I don't mess with it. My parents used to buy that. It was a delicacy, almost like duck. You know how they eat. Am I taking supplements? No, Monique. Oh no, no. I did take MSM. I put it on my skin though. I did take it MSM, and I'm probably going to. I remember I went to get the IV supplement. I did that. What was it, last week? So I did that. I'll probably get something. I don't mind. I'm not opposed. I don't like doing supplements so long as I'm getting what I need. But you know, I'm real funny about supplements because you got to be careful. You have to have home. You have to have whole grain value with it. So you got to be careful with that. Your pure clean is in sync. Eating meat for you is crossing spirit. You're right, Indy. Yeah, I can't do it. I can't. Blood cake. Oh, they blood cake in Finland. Okay, that's what it is. Yeah, I couldn't. Like I said, family, I tried it. I wasn't gonna. I said I was gonna do it. I said what I'm gonna do, but. And it was cooked beautifully. It was okay, but it just. Even now I have flashbacks. It just made me. I remember I lied in bed for like a full day. I had a little bit of the lamb. It tasted okay, but I felt sick. Like I couldn't get up from lying down. Like I felt like I had to rest just to digest it. Daniel C. People, if you eat meat animals, they sense you're a killer. If you eat veggies, yeah, could be. Your vitamin D deficient. Daniel, just lie out in the sun. Try to get as much sun. Blood pudding, black pudding, and Sue. Yes, people, Rev. Yes, that's it. Yes, there you go. It's called black pudding. Sue. Yes. That's it. Yeah, my parents used to eat that. I can't mess with that. Oh, no. Oh, no. My parents used to, the smell of it. People eat it. I told you, if I had dandelions right now, I'd be shoving it in my mouth. If I had some dandelions, I'm going to shove some dandelions in my mouth. That's what I'd be eating right now. I know we're talking about food. I know. I know it's torturing you that I'm torturing myself. It's just, in my mind's twirling, it's like, okay, my mind's twirling in my head, and it's thinking about all the things I should eat. But, I want to eat for living. I want to eat life. You know what I mean? I want energy. So we'll go. Isn't vegan, y'all. Plants are alive. Plants are alive too. Nirvana. You're absolutely. We talked about that. Plants are sentient. They feel everything. Yeah. Plants are sentient. They do. They feel, because even when I was growing my cucumbers, they feel it and they talk to one another. So one's about to die. They actually mourn the other one. Yeah. When you grow a lot of your own stuff, you see a lot of the life talk to each other. Plants is murder. Yeah, it's actually more horrific because they don't do anything. They don't hurt anybody. Yeah. So it's best to eat from fruit. Fruit you pick from a tree. You're not hurting the tree to get your subsistence. That's why fruitarianism is more humane than those who are killing plants. Like killing 50 million kale plants just to eat kale. That's abusive. You know what I mean? Because those plants die potatoes, when you pull up a whole potato, that's killing the plant, because you know the potato plant, the leaves grow up top and the potatoes at the bottom. Now you can pull it from its root, but you'd have to do it without killing it. But potatoes kind of they replicate itself with their eyes, so they kind of are. Some people in a kind of sort of way, it's not as heinous, but you prefer to eat from a tree. That's, I think it was intended for us to eat from the trees, the fruits from the trees, because you don't have to kill a tree to eat a fruit. Yeah. So I think it's more humane. I think it's healthier to eat fruits than eating vegetables all the time. And in my culture, you only eat vegetables when you're trying to heal yourself. So we don't eat corn. Is a homogenized corn. Corn has no nutritional basis, and there's corn and everything. You got to stay away from corn. Corn is homogenized. Only corn is not is the dark colored corn, but that's not even edible. You're not supposed to even eat that. You don't mess with corn. Corn isn't. They put a lot of corn in a lot of things too. Yeah, I think fruitarianism is my best bet. I appreciate it, and I'm going to go do that right now. All right, family, so I'm going to go. A lot of fruit has a lot of sugar. Because, no, Marcel, the reason why... You have my mother's name, Marcel. That's my mother's name. Why fruit has a lot of... Our fruit and our island are not sweet. See, that's the difference. Homogenized fruit is changed genetically. The fruit from my island are all mostly bitter. They're not as sweet. All these sweet fruits, because they've been homogenized. Fruits are not all meant to be super, super sweet. They change it. That's why they're sweet. So really, bitters. Our oranges are green. Our oranges inside are yellow, but they're green, and they're more bitter. We eat more bitter fruits. All the fruits here are super sweet because they change them. So let's just state that. Yes, eating the fruits here, or soursop is really good. Eating the fruits here isn't healthy because they change it, and they're more sugary. Because they've hybrid the type that has more sugar and sucrose. But the ones from the islands, we don't have fruit that's sweet like that or big. Our little things are, even the bananas, the Chiquita bananas are small and they're not sweet, and we have little seeds inside of them. So we can't compare apples with oranges, because in natural areas and tropical areas where fruit grow, they are not sweet. They're more so bitters. That's why we don't have as many parasites in us in the islands. Okay, lychee. I love lychee. Lychees are really good. Lychees are, we call that ginips, same things. Lychees are what we have in our thing. Things like papaya is not sweet. Tamarind's not really sweet. It's like sweet bitter. We have our mangoes are not super, super sweet and acidic. They're softer, more magnesium, potassium. Our oranges are not orange on the outside. Ours are orange on the inside, green on the outside. What else? Places where you get pineapples. Pineapples are not really sweet. They're actually quite bitter. So most of your fruits, if they're healthy and they're not homogenized, are going to be more tart. Yes, more tart than sweet. If they're too sweet, it means they've been, like all the bananas here, they're all been homogenized. Okay? And it's because bananas, they bred a certain kind of thing. Jackfruit is good. It's hard. Jackfruit is so expensive. Okay? Jackfruit is amazing if you can get them somewhere naturally, but jackfruit is... Okay. Try to get a jackfruit in Whole Foods. It costs you a mint. It's crazy. The things that are healthiest for you cost a lot of money. Okay? Anyway, I'm going to go, family. Grab some to eat. Wish me luck. Watermelons, as long as they're seeded, they're good. There's certain kind of watermelons, too. You got to worry. The big watermelons, depending on the shape, the more oval shape, those are a certain type of... There's different kinds of breeds, but you got to get seeds. If you eat any fruit without seeds, you're changing your genomes. Okay? Fruit create fruitless people. Okay? Seedless fruit create seedless people. Okay? Don't eat fruit. Seedless, organic, there's no such thing as organic grapes without seeds. Globe grapes have seeds, but there's no organic ones. You see what I mean? So they get you. So you'll see globe grapes, the dark, wonderful, and they're sweet. The globe purple grapes in the supermarket, they're yummy, but there's no organic ones. You can't get them here in the States organic because they don't have them. But those are the only grapes that have seeds. All those other grapes are not organic because they're seedless. Your bananas that are organic, those aren't organic. They have no seeds. Our bananas had seeds in them, black seeds. You're eating seedless fruit. They're changing you. They're homogenizing you. Okay? If your bananas don't have black seeds, they're not bananas. That's another type of breed, and that's homogenized. Go to Costa Rica. Go to the islands. We have little black seeds. Look back in the days in the 80s and 70s. We had black seeds. Okay. Oh, dairy's pus. You know, if you keep eating milk from another species, you already know. I would tell you to drink, if you're going to drink milk, you need to drink human milk, but people think that's disgusting. So they'll say it's disgusting to eat milk from women that are human, but they'll drink milk from a cow, another species. You're sickos. That's sick. You talk about mind sickness. If you won't drink milk from a human, but you'll drink milk from an animal that's not even your same species, you're sick. You got mental. That's you. Yeah. If you wouldn't drink it from a human, you shouldn't be drinking it at all. Just saying. And cows are big. They're made for big, big animals. Drinking from the tetas, listen, some of you aren't even adults. That's why when you impregnate your healthy wife and she's healthy and she's eating non-GMO foods, when she's nursing that baby, when you get sick, daddy, you drink her milk, she will make you healthy. See, adults can have this conversation, but some people be like, oh, Flurboon is advocating for men to drink pervertedly from women's milk. No, I'm saying, if you understand that if your wife is breastfeeding and she's healthy, she can heal you via her breast milk. The same milk that she gives roach milk. Who's drinking roach milk? That's when people are sickos. You drink roach milk, you gonna be a roach. Yeah, so I always tell men, healthy men know that that's true. Okay, so that's a whole adult conversation. Flax milk is what I give my little ones. I like Good Karma flax milk for my little ones. It's healthier than all the other milks. My little ones like it. I give that to them. That's it. All that dairy and all that craziness is crazy. Who drinks roach milk anyway? Anyway, all right, family, I'm gone. I got 260 people listening to me rant on. All right, I love you. I'm going to go get something to eat. Eat well. Mate well. Don't mate at all. Stay away from avocados. No, from eggplants. Wait, stay away from eggplants and cucumbers. Unless you're going to eat, I'm going to stay away from the conversation.